Shame!
Milk's got a lot of bottle.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to Cryptex at game night on this Saturday the 25th of January. I hope you all are doing well. Hello, Pleepy. You should be pleeping. Yes, I know, you like it when I talk. How's everyone doing? Nice to see you all. Not all 8x8, Matt. No, they're different numbers now. Other numbers. We invented other numbers. The invention of the number 9 was a great day for science, I have to say. Come join the game if you would like to play Cryptex on the Universal Controller, which you can get right there. How's everyone doing? Not got blown away. It is a bit blowy. Apparently there's this here storm going on, which is a bit blowy. Cropulent. Is it me, or does it look a little bit low to the bottom? This is why I'm working on this new tool. Because I'm getting incredibly annoyed with the stuff getting clipped off the window. I can't adjust. I mean, I could adjust the window, but do I want to do that? Because it's now locked to 16.9. Dex, now is not the time. You get borders down the side if I do that. So, yeah. Oh, it's very annoying. It's very annoying, isn't it, Dex? I think I might have to redo my overlays, you know. That's what I reckon. I'm going to have to redo these overlays and adjust them ever so slightly. Yeah. Right, are you going to get down now so that we can play Cryptex? No. Oh, come on then. Come for a big cuddle. Anyone want to see Stream Doggo early? And then I'll say hello to everyone. Here he is. Oh, yes. What a pretty dog. App isn't loading. Hasn't had any changes, jogging. Try a different browser is all I can suggest. It's not loading for Dexter either, but he hasn't got opposable thumbs. But no, I've not done any app side changes, not for a while. Anyone else having drama with the app? Oh, you're in. Good stuff. Good man. Right, let me... man yells at Pixel. We invented other numbers. Yeah, we did. I think jogging uses standalone, so refresh is a bit more challenging. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Good evening to Stilgarn, Colin, JR, Mark, Lewis, ABME, Puzzled Dan, Samster, Lupine One, Rune Aromatics, Jerry, 2, Ardenfett, Riosu, Lottibus, Jogging, Necker Grandma, SJ, CJ, Sooty, Matt, Shapes, Fluffy Budes, and anyone else who is lingering, loitering and lurking in the chat, you are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining for what promises to be a very lethargic game night, apparently. I'm quite tired. Very late night last night. Missed the park run this morning, but my body was just screaming at me, no, you need to rest, take a morning off. Which I did, and it was very nice. Oh, hello. Jump this game screen back, hang on. There we go. So yeah, it's been... yeah, it's been another good, nice, relaxing weekend because there's lots going on at the moment. So yeah, it's nice just to have a bit of a mong out this weekend. Cola, thank you very much for the 53-month subscription as well, coming in just a moment ago. Milk's got a lot of bottle, has indeed. I don't think there's anything else to say in terms of introits. I'm feeling a bit lethargic today, a little bit lethargic. So I'm glad it's Cryptex, so I just have to do reading. You all missed the pyramid. The pyramid. What? Oh, the pyramid of Cryptex. Yeah, it used to be in a pyramid environment, didn't it? You did make me angry with that Coca-Cola creator. Well, it wasn't entirely your fault, Bash. Welcome to the stream, mate. In fact, I'll go so far as to say it wasn't remotely your fault. It's entirely on that Oni character. Him and his Coca-Cola creations. Goodness me, what a carry-on that was. I'm wondering if I change this to free aspect. No, now we lose the border on the right. I'll stick with 16.9. Yeah, that did make me... That was desperately upsetting. I hope everyone enjoyed the subsequent geese, though. My soundboard is so far away. So far away. Yes, indeed. Right, 28 of you in Cryptex. This pack's been written by Lupine. We've got a triple bill of game night tonight. Cryptex to start, Red Herrings in the middle, Escape Artists later on. So 3 of the sort of probably what I would call medium length games that we've got tonight. Cryptex being a self-runner, it's very difficult for me to stall much on it. Red Herrings is slightly auto-running, and Escape Artists tends to be a bit snappier these days. So 3 packs to look for. A trifecta of terror, indeed, a triumvirate of trivia to look forward to this Saturday evening. So I hope you're feeling comfortable and you're wrapped up warm and away from the storm, because we're going to get into this first pack, which has been written by Lupine. It's been proofed by me. Some really good stuff in it. The form is 3-2-3 is the setup for this one. So you've got 3 puzzles in the opening round, then 2 in the answer smash round, and then 3 in the Cryptex round at the end. That's not called the Cryptex round anymore. It's called something else. Oh my god, stop yawning. Yesterday, I couldn't stop sneezing yesterday. I thought, God, am I getting ill again? Can't be arsed with being ill. But yeah, no, apparently I'm not. The sneezing has subsided somewhat today, so... Right. I think that's long enough. We've got 28 of you in, 44 in the audience. Lovely to have you all here. It is time for Cryptex. That's written by the Lupine one. It's 12 minutes past 8 this Saturday evening, and I hope you're ready for some quiz, whether you're playing in the game or just screaming at the telly, so to speak. You're all very welcome. Let's play. As ever, the objective is to crack the Cryptex by taking the indicated letter of each clue and populating it into that position of the Cryptex solution. As an example, that's what it might look like on your devices. We'll have 3 rounds. We'll play 3 rounds. There'll be 3 puzzles in the first round, decryption, 2 puzzles in combination, and 3 in decipher tonight. Round-specific rules, of course, will be shown ahead of each round. And Universe Controller is your friend on this one, because it can give you extra information. In every round that we play, you can crack the Cryptex at any point. Though, of course, if you give me a wrong answer, then you will, of course, lose a point. Or if you give me a repeated answer that you've already given. So, on to the first round, which is decryption. 5 points for each clue. Penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. You can solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. They will persist on the Universal Controller. They won't persist on the broadcast, so if you're just playing along, you kind of got to get them at the time, write them down as they go. But if you've got a Universal Controller, then you get to see all the clues at all times once they've been revealed. Crack the Cryptex at any point before the end of the puzzle for a bonus 10 points. Not a cat, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Be a bonus of 10 points for cracking the Cryptex. And as soon as you think you've got it, give it a go. There'll be a category for it at the beginning, which will be displayed throughout. Good luck to you all. Let's start our first puzzle. I'll focus on the right window. Okay, fingers on devices. Here we go. First puzzle. It's food and drink is the Cryptex category. It's got 6 letters. There are 6 clues, and this first puzzle has, or this first clue rather, has got 6 letters in it. Material used for road surfacing. Material used for road surfacing. And our second. The rodent kept as a pet. There might be a couple of options in here, so you might want to think about this one and see if you can fill in the gap later on, because there's definitely 1 or 2 potential options that could fit in there. And goodness me, someone has solved the Cryptex already. Very well done to that person. Are you going to read the next one, Dexter? I will read it very well. Grim and grisly, or pertaining to death. Grim and grisly, or pertaining to death. Yes, grim and grisly, or pertaining to death. What beautiful reading, Dexter. 6 letters in this one as well. It gives you the 5th. The 5th letter gives you the 5th letter of the Cryptex, so pop that in. A few more souls coming in now. And our next clue. Public school in Greater London, founded 1572. Remember that bling means that somebody has cracked the Cryptex. So the more blings you hear, the more people have solved. And on to the next. Meters, kilograms, and litres are all these. meters, kilograms, and litres are all these. And if you crack the Cryptex and then there's any gaps, you can go back and fill them in. Here's your last clue. A fish or a hairstyle. 6 letters. You're after the 4th, if you haven't cracked the Cryptex yet. Huh. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it, not a cat? And last opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you have not done so already. What's the balance like? Is my headphones just really high? Because it sounds like the music's very loud and the voice isn't, but it's probably just my headphones are turned up too loud. Any more for any more? The solution to the Cryptex. This is great. Good. It's garlic, which is the food and drink we were after there. Material used for road surfacing is tarmac, from where we got the A. Rodent kept as a pet, that's a gerbil, from where we got the G. Ferret, unfortunately not. Grim and grisly or pertaining to death was morbid, from where we got the I. Public school in Greater London, founded in 1572, is Harrow, from where we got the R. Meters, kilograms, and litres are all metric. They're all in the metric system, from where we got the C. A fish or a hairstyle, that's a mullet, from where we got the L. That's the end of the first puzzle. Nice little one to start us off. 6 letters. Let's see how we got on. Yellow if you cracked the Cryptex, and your score will go green if you got a perfect score. And managed to get all 6 clues plus the 10 points for the Cryptex. We can see Tedmore, Shapes, Colin, Cola, Riff, Cromulent Inca, and Fluffy Bunny. Oh, excuse me. I've had a perfect start, all on 40 points. Well done there. Oh, sorry for a little touch of indigestion. I made myself a fry up tonight, and it was very delicious. Mark and Toot just dropping, just one incorrect answer, dropping them down to 39. We've got Pyro on 35, Sam is on 34, ABME 33, Rios and Joyce Messier are on 28, Opsy and still go on 27, Fet's on 25, Conradlac 21, Jerry's got 19, Dan's got 15, JR with Pizza is on 13, Stimpson's Angle Mantis are on 9, CJ's on 8, Apodo on 7, Matt's on 6, Flyboy on -9, which is quite impressive in this game, but still plenty of puzzles to come. We'll get you out of that, I'm sure, Flyboy. For now, we're going to move on to our next puzzle, slightly chunkier Cryptex coming up. Take a look at this. Here we go. We are looking for a weapon. It's a Cryptex category with 7 letters. I say slightly chunkier, it's 1 letter chunkier. We've got 7 clues, and the Cryptex category also has 7 letters. First clue, Andy Blank, Mayor of Greater Manchester. Andy Blank, Mayor of Greater Manchester. Someone has solved the Cryptex already. Very well done there. After the first letter there. Blank News, City in Virginia. Blank News, City in Virginia. All our American friends getting the answers here. Some of our British friends are struggling a little more, perhaps unsurprisingly. Let's go to our next one. Zootopia character voiced by Shakira. 7 letters, you want the third. Zootopia character voiced by Shakira. You have to be sorry for not listening, Matt. It's your points are getting affected. It doesn't affect me. But you know for next time. On to the next, Vancouver's NHL ice hockey team. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Vancouver's NHL ice hockey team. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Remember, you're looking for a weapon as the Cryptex solution. Colin's reached the peak of his game already. Nice. On to the next. Barbed weapon used for hunting sea creatures. Second weapon reference in this puzzle. Barbed weapon used for hunting sea creatures. 7 letters, you want the 7th. No, you don't. You want the 2nd. 7th letter, you want the 2nd. What am I on about? Still looking for a weapon? Not heard that many pings yet, relatively, so a couple more clues, see if you can solve it with these. Clue number 6, to put money in the bank. To put money in the bank. 7 letters, you want the 4th. And you can crack the Cryptex at any time, and even if you've cracked it, then you can still solve the clues that are coming up. They're still worth points. Still get a penalty for wrong answers, though, even if you've cracked it. But hopefully, if you've cracked the Cryptex, your device will be showing you slightly more letters. You get the diagonal, which will hopefully help a bit. Final clue. Vampire played on film by Bela Lugosi. Vampire played on film by Bela Lugosi. 7 letters. Now you want the 7th. Remember, you can solve any of the clues that you haven't already done. So take another look at them. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex now. And the solution. Oh! That last minute solve of the Cryptex there just before the time up. The solution, it was a bazooka, is what we're after. Very well done if you got that. Mayor of Greater Manchester's Andy Burnham, from where we got the B. Newport News is the name of the city in Virginia, from where we got the O. Zootopia character voiced by Shakira, that was Gazelle, from where we got the Z. Vancouver's NHL ice hockey team is the Canucks, the Vancouver Canucks, from where we got the K. Barbed weapon used for hunting sea creatures is a harpoon, from where we got the A. To put money in the bank is to deposit, from where we got the O. And the vampire played on film by Bela Lugosi was, of course, Dracula, from where we got the A. And there's another puzzle done. A bit like Puzzle Dan. Yellow if you manage to crack the Cryptex, and again, you will go green if you manage to get a perfect score. Just the 3 with a perfect score there. Rias, Toot, and Mark. Well done there. Perfect score. 45 getting added on to your total. Lots of players managing to crack the Cryptex on that one. Lots of names going yellow. Toot and Mark in the lead at the moment, leading with 84. Riff in second with 79, and Fluffy Bunes is in third with 75. Keep an eye on Fluffy Bunes. We've got a pack of red herrings coming up from them a bit later on. And also, since I'm calling out other writers who are in the chat, where's Sam gone? He was definitely here. He's got a silly name, yeah. 448 Psychosis. He's written The Escape Artist, which is also coming up for us a bit later on the stream. I think we should have one more puzzle in this here opening round of Decryption. Let's see what Ralph has got for us for puzzle number 3. Take a look. And here's our classic Cryptex, 8 letters in the Cryptex solution, and 8 clues to go with them. And I believe all of these clues are going to have 8 letters. We're looking for an occupation, and our first clue, a party goer, and one who's enjoying it at that. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Second clue, the science of classifying organisms. The science of classifying organisms. And there's our first solving of the Cryptex. Very well done. And the second. Third clue. From the Philippines. From the Philippines. 8 letters, you want the 4th. What's your spelling? Spelling must be exact in this game. Probably should have mentioned that before now. For anyone interested. There is still a spaniel on my lap. He's very cute. On to the next. Clue number 4, halfway through. Irritating, like an orange. Irritating, like an orange. 8 letters, you want the second. The view counter's ticking up. As I say, we're almost finished the first round. It's not even 8:30 yet. So people turning up late expecting me to start late, and I'm starting irritatingly early today. Well, irritatingly on time at any rate. Next clue, 2013 George Ezra single. 8 letters, you want the 6th. That is very smelly. If you're going to continue with those gaseous emissions, dog, then you will be removed from my lap and probably this room and maybe even the entire house. You have been warned. Clue number 6, misappropriate funds. 8 letters, you want the first. Misappropriate funds. one of the Magi, or the Magi, however you want to pronounce it, or the Magi. He gave the gift of gold to the newborn Jesus. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Which is spelling on this one as well. And finally, Scottish celebrations of New Year's Eve. 8 letters, you want the 3rd. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you have not done so already. Or solve any of those other clues that you haven't been able to get to yet. What's your spelling, Jerry Harris and Conrad Lack both misspelling the same word in 2 different ways there. The solution to the Cryptex was engineer. That was the occupation we were after, was engineer. A partygoer and one who's enjoying it at that. That's a reveller, from where we got the E. The science of classifying organisms is taxonomy, from where we got the N. From the Philippines would be a Filipino, from where we got the I. Irritating like an orange, that'd be the annoying orange, from where we got the N. The 2013 George Ezra single was Budapest, from where we got the E. To misappropriate funds is to embezzle, from where we got the E. It's a great word, embezzle. One of the Magi who gave the gift of gold to the newborn Jesus was Melchior, from where we got the R. And the Scottish celebrations of New Year's Eve is Hogmanay, spelt like that, from where we got the G. And that is the end of puzzle number 3 and round number 1. So let's check in with the scores. I'm going to make a note in suggestions. Invoke loading of puzzle if clearing instructions, because software hangs for the briefest of seconds and it annoys me. Okay, green if you got a perfect score. Just a handful in there. Mark and Inca and Sam and Shapes getting a perfect score of 50. Very well done indeed. Quite a lot. In fact, almost everybody cracking the Cryptex there as well. Simpsons Angle Puzzle down and Silent Marine missing out on it, unfortunately. Everybody else managing to crack it. Mark has nagged a clear lead, 134. Clive a Legend, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. Toots in second with 132. Inca and Sam currently tied up in third with 124. And Shapes is hot on their tail with 123. Rest of the scores you can see up there. Still plenty of puzzles to go. We've got 5 more puzzles. 2 of them coming up now in round 2. And then 3 of them later on in round 3. Let's go on to the second round of the game, which is everybody's favourite Pokemon answer smash round. It is combination. We've got 2 combination puzzles for you tonight. And in combination, as before, you earn 5 points for each clue you solve and a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. And again, you can solve any clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. Technically, you can solve the clues even if they haven't been revealed yet. But the likelihood of anyone doing that is small. I suspect Lupine might be able to, were he in the game. Additionally, in this round, no, we're not going back under the desk. Go to your blankie, please. Blankie. Blankie. You can't go under the desk because you wag. Each clue, additionally, will be formed of 2 words. So it's effectively double puzzles in this round. You've got 2 puzzles per clue, and at least 2 of the letters will overlap. So you could have flush plus sheep, flush sheep. For instance. You can solve half a clue to help gain letters in the Cryptex, and they will display on your devices. The Cryptex solution will be a real word, not a blended word. It's the only word here that will be a real word, not a blended word. Though you won't receive points for solving half a clue until you've solved both halves. A word of warning, if you are solving half a clue, make sure you type the entirety of the second half of that word to get the points. If you just type the missing letters, it will be marked as a wrong answer, okay? As before, crack the Cryptex at any point before the end of the puzzle, and I'll give you a bonus 10 points as well. Flush heap. Indeed, flush heap. Right, that's combination. Here's the first of 2 puzzles coming up. Take a look at it. That's what I meant by the suggestion. You can see it hanging there slightly, where it's loading the puzzle and doing the animation. It's a bit much for it to handle. So I need to do the animation and then invoke the puzzle load. We're starting with some sporting equipment with 7 letters. Some people are getting it right off the bat. Very well done if you are. Sporting equipment. First clue is a leap and an official in cricket or baseball. Together they will be 7 letters and you want the first letter. Next clue. Furniture, a flat surface supported by legs, and the cry of a sheep or goat. 7 letters, you want the second. There's a lot of people solving this Cryptex quite early on, possibly on account of where that first clue lay, but if you haven't got it, then keep thinking. On to the next one. Look into an eye, and this is dead centre, and flies a plane. 7 letters when combined, you want the 5th. At least 2 of the letters will overlap. Remember, you might be able to solve 1, which will give you some clues to the second. If you can't get the whole thing, feel free just to solve 1/2 of the clues, 1/2 of the clue, and then see if you use that information to help you out get to the second. On to the next. His star appears on Israel's flag and a VHS tape. His star appears on Israel's flag and a VHS tape. Remember, we're looking for something to do with sporting equipment as our Cryptex category. Clue number 5, the 3rd month, and use this to bet at a casino. The 3rd month, and use this to bet at a casino. Face Up, Feet First Sled, and Aladdin character voiced by Robin Williams. Face Up, Feet First Sled, and Aladdin character voiced by Robin Williams. 7 letters, you want the 4th. Good evening, Proogs. How are you, my dude? Fellow Coleman. Lovely to have you with us. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're keeping warm. You're more northern than I am, so probably a bit chillier for you up yonder, but hope you're well, mate. Final clue of this puzzle, a sharp intake of breath, and its mainland borders France, Andorra, Gibraltar and Portugal. A sharp intake of breath, and its mainland borders France, Andorra, Gibraltar and Portugal. Ah, central heating, yes. This modern fangled invention, it will never catch on. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you can, or solve any of those other clues that have gone. Mind your spelling puzzle down. There's an A missing from that word. And the solution was a javelin. A bit of a clue with that first one. If you got the first clue, you probably got the Cryptex quite quickly. To leap is to jump, and an official in cricket or baseball is an umpire. Jumpire from where we got the J. Furniture, and the cry of a sheep or goat, that's table and bleat. Tableat from where we got the A. Look into the eye, and this is dead centre of flies a plane. Pupil and pilot. Pupilot from where we got the L. His star on Israel's flag and a VHS tape is David and Video. Day-Video from where we got the V. The 3rd month is March. Chip is used to bet at a casino. Marchip from where we got the I. Face Up, Feet First Sled is a luge. Aladdin character voiced by Robin Williams was Genie. Lou Genie from where we got the E. And a sharp intake of breath is a gasp. And the mainland bordering those countries is Spain for Gasp Spain, from where we got the N. It was very generous RNG to give that J on the first one, so if you're able to figure out jump, know you're looking for sporting equipment. Doesn't leave you many options. 7-letter sporting equipment beginning with J. Javelin is pretty much the only one I can think of. Silent Brain, welcome to the stream, and Proogs, welcome to the game. Your avatar will appear on there when we get to the next scoreboard. Welcome on in. Almost everybody cracking the Cryptex there, just Riff missing out on it, though he did manage to get 35 points. So you've still got to crack the Cryptex even if you get all 7 letters, Riff. It doesn't just auto-solve the Cryptex even if you've still got to type the word. Oops, oopsie poopsie, indeed. Denying us a sea of yellow. Actually, a sea of yellow doesn't sound too good. But yeah, welcome to the stream, mate. But yes, you must... trying to file an expense report. I've got to do my tax returns at some point in the next week as well. I've done the maths. I just need to type the buttons into the computer. Yellow Sea off China. Oh yeah, the Yellow Sea is in China, isn't it? So that's true. I was thinking something else. Denying us a sea of yellow. Indeed so. Denying us a sea of yellow. Oh, the annoying thing is you're actually there if you got all 7 clues. You just didn't type in javelin, but there we go. That's the way it goes. Yes, yellow if you did solve, and a lot of people getting the maximum of 45 there as well, so very well done. Mark's still got the lead, Toots in second, Inca is in third. I see someone has just joined the game. I'm going to wait for them to verify before we load, because if you don't verify before, then your app will crash, which will be a tremendous shame. So that person, you'll probably need to type a little code into the Twitch chat, and then you'll be verified, and then you'll get the question payload in just a minute. But you need to verify first. Entirely possible this person can't hear me. All that to come second by fewer than 10 points. I'm still waiting for this person who's just joined. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you've just joined the game, it's a new name that I haven't seen before. If you can hear me, you need to type something into the Twitch chat as well, otherwise you won't get the payload. So if you want to do that, then otherwise you'll have to wait until the start of the next puzzle. You don't just get an update on the clues, and your app might crash because of how it's programmed. If not, I'm going to crack on in the next 5 seconds. We'll have another combination round. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hopefully you read your device and you'll get that code into the chat if you want to come and join us. But welcome all the same. Let's go on to our next combination puzzle. Eight letters, another classic Cryptex, and it's an emotion. There we go, it's Silly Puppy. Welcome on in. Unfortunately, you've just missed this puzzle, so join us at the next one. Welcome to the stream. We're after an emotion with 8 letters, and our first pair of clues, do very well at, and vegetable worn by the 5th Doctor. Do very well at, and vegetable worn by the 5th Doctor. On to the next, garlic mayonnaise and pale purple. A pleasure to have you, Silly Puppy. Great to see you around here. And yeah, your app may crash at this point because of WebGL finickiness, but when we get back to the lobby screen, refresh it, and then you should be in the game. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Clue number 3: X-Planet and tall building. X-Planet and tall building. 8 letters long. You want the 4th. And remember the overarching puzzle. We are looking for an emotion. And on to the next. Pertaining to the nose and a sausage that is thinly sliced. Pertaining to the nose and a sausage that is thinly sliced. You can't expect the British to know about emotions. Yes, they must be avoided at all costs. True story. And clue number 5. Angle less than 90 degrees and cuddly toy bear. Angle less than 90 degrees and a cuddly toy bear. Thinly sliced sausage indeed. On to our antepenultimate clue. Couch and attach. Couch and attach. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Clue 7 is a hired assassin and a stately home. Hired assassin and a stately home. 8 letters, you want the 5th. Solve half of it. See if that can help you the other half with the other half. Remember, we're looking for an emotion with 8 letters. That's the Cryptex that you need to solve before the end of the time. This is our final clue. A clergyman and Sega's blue hedgehog. Clergyman and Sega's blue hedgehog. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Never heard of it. Lies. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex or solve any of the other clues that you haven't managed to get yet. Some more points available. my cup of Red Bush. Naturally decaffeinated tea, because I'm not a maniac drinking tea at 20 to 9. Cryptex solution was ecstatic. See emotion, ecstatic. Do very well at and vegetable warm by the 5th Doctor. Excel and celery for ex-celery, from where we got the E. Garlic, mayonnaise and pale purple is aioli and lilac. Aeolilac, from where we got the C. An ex-planet is Pluto. A tall building's a tower. Plutower, from where we got the T. Pertaining to the nose and a sausage that is thinly sliced is nasal and salami. Nasalami, from where we got the S. Angle less than 90 degrees is acute, and a cuddly toy bear is a teddy. A cute teddy, from where we got the C. Couch and attaches sofa and fasten. So fasten, from where we got the T. A hired assassin is a hitman. A stately home is a manor. Hit manor, from where we got the A. And a clergyman is a parson. Sega's blue hedgehog is Sonic. Parsonic, from where we got the I. Very well done if you solved that. And my Discord has just reset itself. May have been a little blip on your screen right there. There you are, silly puppy. You're getting no points because you didn't get the payload for that puzzle, unfortunately. If your app crashed, now would be an optimum time to refresh it. Handful getting a perfect score. There's Shapes and Sam, Fluffy and Jerry, Joyce Messier, all getting a perfect board there. Perfect puzzle. Very well done. And a lot of players also managing to crack that Cryptex 2 and all going yellow. Nicely done there as well. Quite a lot of 49s in here, so a few players just getting one puzzle incorrect one time. But we've got Mark with the lead, 227. We've got Toot in second, 225. And we've got Shapes, Inca, and Sam all tied up in third with 218. My. What an exciting game. Yeah, you should be fine now. It's because this game, it sends all of the puzzle down at the beginning of the puzzle, if that makes sense, rather than it being back and forth all the way through. You get all of the data at the beginning and then it just sort of drip feeds it in. Which is, it technically means if someone was so inclined and they were able to intercept it, they could possibly get at the string packet data before the puzzles have been revealed. But yeah, that is a throwback. Formerly drip feed, now data leak, which we played last Saturday. Right, those are the scores as they stand. Let's see if we can get Silly Puppy. I almost said Fluffy. We've got Fluffy Bunny and Silly Puppy now. It's not really. It's no, I mean, it's not like, we're not playing for millions of pounds, so, it didn't seem like a necessary step to encrypt it, and I didn't really want to. Besides, any encryption that was in there would have to, the decryption algorithm would probably end up being in the, on the universal controller anyway, so you'd just be able to, reverse engineer it if you wanted to, so it's just sent as a string packet over the internet, so, yeah. I could encrypt it by bouncing it back, but it was a lot of effort for relatively little gain. It used the OmRender headless controller that Ash very kindly provides, which at some point I need to remind me I need to have a conversation with him about it, because the universal controller is effectively hosted by it's hosted by itch.io, but the actual bit that does the cloud stuff, that does the hub, if you like, of the communication between me and you, that's Ash's web space. So but yeah, there you go. There's a little look into how things work behind the scenes. Right, one final round in this game of Cryptex, and it's Decipher. In Cryptex packet, very nice. In Decipher, the objective is to crack the Cryptex as fast as possible. You can solve the clues as they come up, but if you fail to crack the Cryptex, then they will work as sort of consolation points for you in the event that you fail to crack the Cryptex, but you don't directly get any points for solving the clues. But for each clue revealed, 5 points will be taken from the potential winnings. This is shown in square brackets on your device. If you get a clue wrong or guess the Cryptex solution incorrectly, then you will incur a further 1 point penalty. So if you can crack Cryptex right at the beginning, then there's potentially some big points in it for you. It's approximately 5 times the number of letters in the Cryptex plus 15 is the algorithm for working out what the maximum is, and then that reduces by 5 with each subsequent clue. Hopefully that makes sense. And solving the Cryptex as quickly as you can. Once you've solved it, you can still solve the other clues for the lulls, but there's no jeopardy and you don't get any more points. But if you just want to see the letters getting filled in, you're perfectly entitled to do that. Right. How the packet is made, you could save it. Indeed so. Good luck. Let's play our first puzzle in Decipher. Hang. Okay, starting with this. Scooby-Doo's nephew. 7 letters, you want the 5th. And the Cryptex category, it is Danamanamanamanamal. And there's our first solver. So you should technically go green at that point, solver, but you won't because there's a bug. A visual bug that I haven't fixed. Next clue, Pentecost. 7 letters. The second solver too. And the third. A divot in the road. 7 letters, you want the third. And notice the music is a little bit faster in this round, so you get slightly less time on each clue. Well, you get the amount of time on the clue is dynamic depending how many clues there are in the puzzle. But yeah, a double 6 in craps. 7 letters. You want the 7th? Surgical blade is next. Surgical blade. 7 letters, you want the 2nd. And next, against something. 7 letters, you want the 1st. Against something. Oh, that was a very nice cup of red bush. Final clue, the most popular city in Sri Lanka. 7 letters, you want the 4th. Turning to my orange and mango squash, which is also very nice, very sweet. Okay, last opportunity to crack the Cryptex. Remember, if you don't get it, you'll get some pity points for every clue that you've managed to solve. And the solution was an octopus. Octopus. Scooby-Doo's nephew is Scrappy, from where we got the P. Pentecost is also known as Whitsun, from where we got the U. Pothole is a divot in the road, from where we got the T. Double 6 in craps, that's boxcars, from where we get the S. A surgical blade is a scalpel, from where we got the C. Against something means you are opposed, from where we've got the O. Most popular city in Sri Lanka is Colombo, from where we've got the O. And that is the end of that puzzle. So let's see who managed to solve. Quite a few of you. Yellow if you managed to solve, and there were... no, Sam didn't get the maximum because of course you said platypus first, didn't you? Neglecting to count the letters in the word. There were platypus has 8 letters, octopus has 7, but did get it on your second try and still before any reduction in the maximum, so very well done indeed. It moves you up to 2nd place, still trailing Mark by 5 points. Oh hello, here's a message from our sponsor JR Plays Games.
The chances of me getting all 4 killer coins with my first 4 picks and only missing them on his first picks is around 0.2%.
Is that right? Are those the actual odds? Has it taken you a full week to work that out, JR? He's been there with like the guy in the office with the conspiracy theory board trying to work that out for the last 7 days. Thank you for the 100 bits. Very much appreciated, JR. Oh, excuse me. So yes, Sam in second now with 262, 5 points behind Mark, who leads with 267, and 4 points ahead of Inca, who is now in third with 258. He's 5 points clear of Shapes with 253, who is 4 points clear of Toot in fifth with 249. With 2 more puzzles to go. Let's see if those scores will stay the same. Shakira gets boxcars in craps. I'm sure she does. And I have a very nice quincunx now of my highlighted messages. Let's chuck that in distinction. Is that a quincunx? No, it's not. It's more a Finnish flag. Satisfying raid messages are satisfying. Bollocks. Satisfying raid message highlights are satisfying. There you go. Throwing that in the Discord for anyone who's interested. Those are the raid messages that have come in so far. I've got a 3x3 and I've highlighted the middle row in the middle column, which is very pleasing. Right, much to play for. Let's go on to our next puzzle. Let's take a look. Quincunx is that. I think that's a quincunx, whereas that is something else. On we go. Let's take a look. Oh no, it is. No, it's not a quincunx then. Yeah, 5 spots on a die. Okay, we're after a country with 8 letters. And our first clue, something lovey-dovey with 8 letters. Something lovey-dovey. And nobody getting it on the first clue. Let's go on to the second. Earth, air, fire, and water. And there's our first solve. And our second, and our third, and our fourth, and our fifth, and our sixth, and our seventh, and our eighth, and our ninth, and our 10th, and our 11th, and our 12th, and our 13th, and our 14th. And all the rest are coming in now as well. I will let the dings do the rest of the talking. Next one is forbidden in German. 8 letters, you want the 5th. And next, cut vegetables into thin stripes. 8 letters, you want the 4th. Cut vegetables into thin stripes. Serie A football or soccer team from Bergamo. Serie A football team from Bergamo. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. Kaiju, who made his first screen appearance in 1954. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Oh, strips rather than stripes on the vegetable one. Hopefully people got the idea. Apologies for missing that. Many-eyed Dungeons and Dragons monster. 8 letters, you want the 3rd. Many-eyed Dungeons and Dragons monster. And final clue of the puzzle. Follower of Jesus Christ. 8 letters, you want the 6th. A follower of Jesus. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you want to get some points. You've heard of him? Yeah, I know quite a few people have heard of him these days. He'll be shown in a minute, Marcini. When we get back to the lobby, you can't join mid-puzzle on this game, it's like Distinction. Ethiopia was the solution. Well, Distinction you can, I just don't display the room code, you never used to be able to. Anyway, something lovey-dovey is romantic, from where we got the I. Earth, air, fire, and water, they're the elements from ancient somewhere, Greece probably, from where we got the E. Forbidden in German, das ist verboten, from where we got the O. Cut vegetables into thin strips is to Julien, from where we got the I. Serie A football team from Bergamo is Atlanta, from where we got the T. Well, don't know if you got that one. Kaiju, who made the first on-screen appearance in 1954, is Godzilla, from where we got the A. Many-eyed Dungeons and Dragons monster is the Beholder, from where we got the H. And a follower of Jesus Christ is a Disciple, from where we got the P. And with one puzzle to go, let's check in with the scores. Yellow, if you did manage to crack the Cryptex. There's your room code, Marcini, if you want to come and join. Almost all of us, Silly Puppy and Puzzle Dan, missing out on that one. And there's one. Yes, there is one more puzzle. Marcini, you are in the game. It just won't show you on this screen until the end of the next puzzle. Welcome to the stream as well. Things only escape room artists say. Right. Mark has now got a 5-point advantage over Sam. No, that's what he had before. Mark on 312, Sam on 307. Sam maintains a 4-point lead over Inca on 303, who maintains a 6-point lead over Shapes on 297, who maintains a 3-point lead over Toot on 294. We have got 5 distinct top 5 scores. Is it going to go Mark, Sam, Inca? Or are Shapes and Toot going to have something to say about it? Or is Mark going to drop the ball and give up his gold at the 11th hour? Let's find out as we go to the final puzzle of the game. Good luck. Heard of this Jesus guy. Silly Puppy, thank you for that follow. For our final category, we're looking for an island with 9 letters, hailing from Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo, for example. That's first solve. The Goat of the Zodiac. 9 letters, you want the second. After an island. And the next, long and complicated procedure. 9 letters, you want the 9th. A quarter of a quarter. 9 letters, you want the 8th. The study of families and family trees. 9 letters, you want the 5th. Extreme rudeness. 9 letters, you want the 6th. Despite the name, no known species of this arthropod has 100 legs. 9 letters, you want the 3rd. Penultimate clue, large-scale water storage. 9 letters, we want the 7th. Very large-scale water storage. And the final clue of the game, it keeps things flowing smoothly. 9 letters, we want the 1st. It keeps things flowing smoothly. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex, if you haven't done so already. What's your spelling? Last letter is not an I. It's an E, because it's Lanzarote is what we wanted. Hailing from Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo would be Brazilian, from where we got the Z. Goat of the Zodiac is Capricorn, from where we got the A. A long and complicated procedure is a rigmarole, from where we got the E. A quarter of a quarter would be a 16th, from where we got the T. The study of families and family trees is genealogy, from where we got the A. Extreme rudeness, that would be vulgarity, from where we got the R. Despite the name, no known species of this arthropod has 100 legs. That's a centipede, from where we got the N. A large-scale water storage is a reservoir, from where we got the O. And to keep things flowing smoothly, use lubricant, from where we got the L. Imagine having a Brazilian and a lubricant in the same puzzle. My. Final scores then. Yellow if you crack the Cryptex. Let's see who managed to find Lanzarote. Not as many. And into the top 3, we can see that Shapes does not quite manage to get up there. Inca has closed the gap, but not enough. And in 3rd place, 344 points. The bronze medal goes to Toot. 2nd place, 346 points. The silver medal goes to Sam, but it's a runaway victory in 1st place with 367 points, and the gold medal going to Mark. Very well done indeed, everybody, and thank you for playing Cryptex. in just a moment. You will be paid out at a rate of score times 3. Score times 3. So whatever your score is, times it by 3. That's how many pennies you will get. Can I extend my thanks to the Lupine one for a very lovely, very friendly pack of Cryptex. I enjoyed that very much indeed. Going through proofing it, thinking, I think I would have enjoyed playing this game. Really lovely questions, a nice gentle start into the stream, as it is just past 9 o'clock, so time is getting away, so I am going to wrap this one up, take a very short break and get on to the next one. When we return after the break, we are going to be playing Red Herrings. It's been written by Fluffy Bunny and proofed by Cola, so hopefully a game with a bit more, certainly livelier music for sure. As beautiful as the Cryptex music is, hopefully it'll go some way towards waking up my brain, because I'm feeling a very little bit pleepy just at the moment. But thank you again to Lupine for your efforts with that pack. I hope you've all enjoyed the game. Do stick around. If you're not subscribed, you'll see some adverts just for a few minutes, but we won't start Red Herrings without you, so do stick around. If you are subscribed, you'll get some nice electro swing. And won't that just be singular? Yes, it will. Anyway, thanks all for playing Cryptex. Thank you to Lupine for writing them. Congratulations to our medalists, and especially to Mark, our Cryptex champion. I'll see you in a few minutes' time. Such a beautiful piece of music. And now for something completely different. Congratulations again to Mark, and take some bonus pennies in his name, 129 of them to be exact. Mark wins it. Type it into the chat in the next 60 seconds and you can have 129 pennies on me. I'm then going to give Pyro Pygmy 1,000 pennies, which he's just cashed in with his micro penny rewards. Don't forget you can do the same if you've earned those micro pennies. Cash them in if you've got enough, and you get even more pennies. We're going to go for a very quick break. I'm going to play some adverts, and when we return, we will be playing Red Herrings, as written by Fluffy Bunny and proofed by Cola. Sure to be a lot of fun, so don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Think of him, music might so please tonight. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One gonna ride it, swing 'em, so help me. One gonna ride it, swing 'em, so.
Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it's time for Red Herrings. You need the universal controller if you want to play, which you can get right there. And come and join the game, WVRG. This pack has been written by Fluffy Bunny and proofed by Cola. And the last game of Cryptex, Ralph didn't give me any host notes. They weren't really necessary or needed. By contrast, Fluffy Bunny has spoilt me with the number of host notes that we've got on this one. So hopefully we're all going to learn some things and have a nice time, as well as have a lot of fun playing Red Herrings and trying to win the quiz. A few of you have joined during the break or went to type in for the bonus, so good evening Pyro Pygmy, Kegler Coach, Stimpson's Angle, Fluid Fernando. I see a Brig has just joined the game as well. Welcome to you, nice to have you with us. And yeah, come join the game. Brevity is not my strong point, don't worry about it. So this new tool that I'm working on, which is basically an operator console for me. You guys will probably notice relatively little difference, but my setup, such as it is at the moment, just while you're joining the lobby. Hello, Brig. Welcome on in. Great to have you. Great to have you here, bro. Yeah. So my setup currently, as it is, I think most of you know I use 4 monitors. So I've got a vertical ultra wide on my left, a vertical ultra wide on my right, and then 2 stacked 4Ks, 16:9 4Ks in front of me. And the setup is lower 16:9. On the left is a Unity Inspector. On the bottom right is the console. On the top right is my monitor of Twitch, so I'm basically seeing what you're seeing, so that's slightly delayed. Up to the top monitor, bottom right, I've got the broadcast, which is being captured by OBS. I've got the control center, which is the green screen scene behind me, and then on the left of that is Discord. Then on my left Uwu, I've got mostly OBS, and then I've got Video Ninja Room at the top in case I ever need that. And then on the right-hand side, I've got all my host notes. I've got the control center, which I use for the pennies, YouTube, and the micro penny cash-in request queue. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm making good use of the screen real estate. But it occurred to me I could get a lot of this down into one single 4K feed. So I'm designing an app in 4K, which is going to have the Twitch chat. It's going to fold in the control center, but it's also going to act as my game control, which is currently done with 2 Stream Decks. It's going to have the game control, and it's going to debug the questions to it, so I don't have to squeeze at either teeny weeny Ice Traino vision at the console, or at one of the broadcasts, which is often out of the way. It's also going to have the host notes, so I'm going to need to make some changes to the data structure models, so that you can include your host notes in the data, so that they get debugged to me. It's also going to show me my console view, which means it's going to see all your answers coming in real time and stuff. So there's quite a lot that's going into it. It's quite a big project, and then it's going to have to be. I mean, building the app is one thing, and then I've got to go and retrofit a load of stuff to the app. So yeah, it's going to be a steady, slow rollout for this once it's been built. But the idea is it gets me down to 1 4K, and then everything else is a bit. I did a mock-up of it earlier on. For anyone who is interested, yeah, this is the that is the plan, if you can see that. So it'd be OBS on my left monitor, my operator console, which would be everything, quite questions and game control on the bottom 4K. Top monitor Discord on the left, the control room scene top right, and then the broadcast being captured from the bottom right. Oh, the other thing is that it would let me build my games, because at the moment I have to run everything out of the Unity Inspector. the idea is I would be able to build the game so there'd be standalone applications, which would be really cool. And then the right-hand uwu would be much the same: Video Ninja, Twitch Monitor, Music, Request Queue, and Google, in case I need to Google anything real quick. So that's the plan for what I'm probably calling Game Night Phase 3. What would you do if a monitor died? Use one of the 3 replacement monitors that I've got lying around my office, probably proves, or buy a new one. But yes, I have, if you're interested, I have a spare monitor there. I have 2 spare monitors. Well, that's my work laptop, but behind that I've got 2 spare monitors over there, so I'm not short of monitors, don't worry. Either that or I could just, rejig the layout to make it work, without one of the monitors, but... Yeah, right, that's 2 times around the loop, and we've got quite a few of you in. How many have we got in? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31 of you. That's a nice number. So look at my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares. Brilliant. Love it. That's very good. Very, very good. The Game Night Control Center isn't real. Oh, I've let the cat out of the bag. No, it is real. It is actually real. This is where if you go out that door, that's the rest of the house through there. But yeah, this is my workspace, and it's no, it's not real. It's a green screen. As you can tell by the slight green tint around the edge of my hair. Full screen, Ben. Some may still need code. What? What may still need code? There's a lot of code. Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. I'm with you. My bad. Sorry. There we go. Some may still need... Oh, yeah. As in, you are full screen, Ben. Some people may still need the code. Sorry, that took me a minute just to parse that. I'm tired. Conrado, welcome to the stream. Hope you keep well. And only welcome to the game, but why? So, this pack of red herrings has been written by Mr. Fluffy Bunny Esquire, and very much looking forward to sharing it with you all. It's been proved by Cola, who said very nice things about it. I've not looked at it myself, so it's going to be a bit of an adventure for me as well. So, I hope you all are ready to play and have some fun with the red herrings. It's round number 1. Round 1, your future is written in the stars. Answer the 12 questions using the options available. 1 point for each correct answer, losing a point for each incorrect answer, and bonus questions may appear at any point, which are worth 3 points if correct, but will cost you 3 points if incorrect. Answer all the questions correctly in the round, and you get a bonus 2 points at the end of it. Answers are never used more than once, and there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. Okay? So simply press the button that you're looking for, and all will be well. And your future is written in the stars. So let's take a look at some stars, shall we? Orion, Virgo, Lupus, Canis Major, Perseus, Cassiopeia, Draco, Lepus, Taurus, Hydra, Monoceros, Cygnus, Andromeda, Vulpecula, Horologium, and Aquarius. All you've got to do in this round is match the Latin name of the constellation with the English translation. Match the star to the star. Simple as that. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Hashtag Furry Lights quiz. Yeah, they've always been there. Since the first edition. Starting with the fox. It's nice to hear a lot of yay. Remember, you don't have to play. Wrong answers will be punished. Abstentions will not. The fox is Vulpecula. It's a faint constellation in the northern sky. Its name is Latin for little fox, although it is commonly known simply as the fox. The brightest star in Vulpecula is Alpha Vulpeculae. On to the next one. The hare. The hare. That would be Lepus, or possibly Lepus, a constellation lying just south of the celestial equator and located immediately south of Orion the Hunter. Sometimes represented as a hare being chased by Orion or by Orion's hunting dogs. Its brightest star is Alpha Leporis, and here's a bonus. 3 if you're right, minus 3 if you're wrong. The hero. And you don't have to play. Big penalty if you're wrong. And you can go into minus, as some of you are discovering. Correct answer is Perseus, the constellation in the northern sky named after the Greek mythological hero Perseus. Its brightest star is Alpha Persei, also called Merfac. The seated queen is next. The seated queen. would be Cassiopeia. It's a constellation and asterism in the northern sky named after the vain queen Cassiopeia, mother of Andromeda. In Greek mythology, who boasted about her unrivaled beauty, its brightest star is Alpha Cassiopeia or Shida. The Water Bearer is next. A small second-hand monitor that's also a touchscreen. It's X piece of shit, I think. I'm using a touchscreen and see if that... Ah, big fun. POS may not stand for piece of shit in this context. The Water Bearer is Aquarius, an equatorial constellation of the zodiac. Its name is Latin for water carrier or cupbearer, and its brightest star is Beta Aquarii. Oh, point of sale. Oh, nice. So that makes sense. The Bull is next. The Bull. Hey, I see you green. Lovely to see. That's Taurus, one of the constellations of the zodiac, and is located in the northern celestial hemisphere. It's one of the oldest constellations, dating back to the early Bronze Age at least, when it marked the location of the sun during the spring equinox. Its brightest star is Aldebaran, which is a distant cousin of Alderaan, I assume. The female water snake is next. That would be the Hydra, the largest of the 88 modern constellations that straddles the celestial equator and is commonly represented as a water snake. Its brightest star is Alphard. The next one, the Swan. That one's Cygnus, a northern constellation on the plane of the Milky Way, deriving its name from the Latinized Greek word for swan. Its brightest star is Deneb, one of the brightest stars in the night sky and the most distant first magnitude star. Here's a bonus, the Great Dog. That is, of course, Canis Major, a constellation in the southern celestial hemisphere. Canis Major contains Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, known as the Dog Star, colloquially. On to the next, the Unicorn. The Unicorn. That would be Monoceros. It's a faint constellation on the celestial equator. Its brightest star is Beta Monocerotis, a triple star system in a fixed triangle. The Dragon. I'm not noticing any frame drops. Can anyone else report that? The Dragon is Draco, a constellation in the far northern sky. Its name is Latin for dragon. Its brightest star is the Gamma Draconis, traditionally called Etamin or L-Tannin. The Clock. Hey, Ad, welcome to the stream, my dude. Welcome on in. No, I think it might just be your local exchange then, Proogs. The Clock, well done if you've got your Latin on this. Horologium is the answer. It's a constellation of 6 stars faintly visible in the southern celestial hemisphere. Those are the red herrings, which I'll go through in a minute. Orion, Virgo, Lupus, and Andromeda. And that's the end of round 1. Any bonuses? Looks like there'll be a couple. Yeah, Dimitri, Fish, Ralph, and Riff all picking up a 2-point bonus for a perfect round. Horologium, the constellation's brightest star is Alpha Horologii, an aging orange giant star that has swollen to around 11 times the diameter of the Sun. Big fella. Red herrings then. Orion is a prominent set of stars visible during winter in the northern celestial hemisphere, named after a hunter in Greek mythology. Its brightest star is Rigel. Lupus is a constellation of the mid-southern sky and is the Latin name for wolf, not fox. Virgo is dog. Virgo is the second largest constellation in the sky. That's my star sign. Its name is Latin for maiden, and its brightest star is Spica, S-P-I-C-A. And Andromeda, located in the northern celestial hemisphere. It is named for Andromeda, daughter of Cassiopeia, who we had earlier on, the seated queen in the Greek myth, who was chained to a rock to be eaten by the sea monster Cetus. Its brightest star is Alpharat. So there we go. Lots and lots of information about the stars, which I must say I didn't know. Lupus thing, yeah, that's what this game's about. Those red herrings, and you're pressing quickly, and then you get caught out. That's the way it goes. But still, plenty of points to go, and most of us are in positive figures. Just Proogs dipping down into negative at the moment, -2. Yeah. Do what? Yeah. Dimitri, Fish, Ralph and Riff, after a perfect round, managing to get the bonus 2 points, are in the lead with 18. We've got CJ and Shapes on 15. But why? Flyboy, Mark, The Han, Toot, they've all got 14. Jerry and Sylvester on 13. Apodo, JR, Nando and Rias have got 12. AVMe has 11. Cromulent and Grams and Pyro is still go. I've got 10. Santa Marie's got 8. Brink's got 5. Conrad's got, and James and Matt, Stimps have got 4. Collins on 3. Kegler and Marcini on 1. And Prug's on -2. But still plenty of time to change those scores. Plenty of raid messages coming in. Riff, Ralph, Lepus, Lupus. Love it. That's really good. Another round? Yeah, why not? Touchscreen works, finger doesn't. Okay. You Have My Number is the name of round number 2. Once again, 12 questions in this round, and in this round, the faster you answer, the more points you get. Get it right in the first 5 seconds, you get 3. The next 5 seconds, you get 2. The last 5 seconds, you get 1. Get it wrong, though, and you not only don't get any points, but it freezes you out of the next question. Okay, so you get a little freeze out of the following question if you get one. Again, no penalty for abstention, so if you don't know and you don't want to freeze out, you can leave it blank if you don't want to guess. Bonus points may appear, which are worth a flat rate of 5 points, so if it's a bonus question, you don't get rewarded for answering quicker. They're just worth 5 if you get it right. But it's worth pointing out that you can still be frozen out of the following question, even if it's a bonus, and you can be frozen out of a bonus. So you can both be frozen out of a bonus and on a bonus if you wanted to factor that in, because those bonuses are obviously more powerful. Bonuses will never be first, last, or consecutive. I'll give you 3 points if you can answer all 12 questions correctly in this round to get a perfect round. And as before, answers are not used more than once, and there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. So, now you have my number. Let's have a look at some numbers. 8, 9, 14, 1, 10, 4, 15, 5, 7, 3, 13, 2, 0, 11, 6, and 12. Lovely, lovely numbers. Yes, it's a numbers round. And in this round, all you need to do is match the clue to the number provided in the grid. Additional fingers are optional. Fluffy is letting us know. So it is a bit of a, sort of a bingo card here. Let's count to 16 factorial, 15 factorial. Oh, is that... I hate them all, says 2. I bet you do. I bet you do. Sending order would have been nice, yeah, but the questions may have been written in ascending order. And that might have been why Fluffy asked me if the game randomizes. At the moment, for what it's worth, when players submit, the board is randomized and the ordering which questions are asked is also randomized. What I do need to do is give players the option of fixing the question order and thus fixing the answer order as well. Or possibly even both, because if... or maybe I need to make that a toggle, because in this one, it would have been nice to have them in answer order, but the way they've been written on my sheet is in ascending order. They won't be asked in that order, so it's not going to go 0, 2, 3, 4, and so on, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. It will be a random order. But I need to give that option. So that will be coming with the introduction of the tool when I look at redoing the model for this game. Or not redoing the model, but certainly updating the tool for it. Which will hopefully give players the option to either set the board order, set the question order, or both. Or neither, indeed. So yes, there we go. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Starting with this. 2004 George Clooney film, Ocean's Blank. How many of you have fallen into that little heffalump trap? Which one is it? It's Ocean's 12, released in 2004. Ocean's 11 with George Clooney was released in 2001. So bad luck if you went that way. The magic number according to De La Soul. Screm. I've no idea on this one. It is 3, apparently. It reached number 7 in January 1990, opening lyrics 3. That's the magic number. Yes, it is. It's the magic number, apparently. Microsoft Windows version launched in 2012. And it was shit. Windows 8 went on general release on October 26, 2012. Windows 7 was released in 2009. And Windows 10 was released in 2015. Here's a bonus question, bad luck if you're frozen out. Flat rate of 5 points for this. Colours on the Antigua and Barbuda flag. That would be 5. It's a horizontal tricolour of black, blue, half width, and white with 2 red, white scaling triangles on opposite sides on the black band in the yellow half stump with 9 rays. On to the next. Team members in a rugby league team. That would be 13. Rugby league has 13 members. Rugby union has 15, if anyone went for that. On to the next. Alkali metals in the periodic table. Come on, Sam, you're getting this one wrong. God's firing. Calls himself a science teacher. There's 6. Which every good science teacher will tell you. Alkali metals make up group 1 of the periodic table, which include lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. Sharps in the D major scale is next. Frozen out of a music question. Deeply upsetting.
What a shame.
It's 2, F sharp and C sharp. D major consists of the pitches D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, and C sharp, and then it repeats. And the next one, lines in a traditional sonnet. I'm quite enjoying this round, actually, Stilgar, but then again, I'm not playing, so. That's 14. Is that Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? That style. Writes a non-traditional sonnet. Here's another one. Emperors that ruled Rome in AD 69. Nice. It's Judi Dench when you need her. Known as the Year of the Four Emperors, AD 69 was the first civil war of the Roman Empire, during which 4 emperors ruled in succession: Galba, Otto, Vitellius, and Vespasian. So there were 4. And here's another bonus question. Bad luck to Ralph, Mark, Jerry. 5 points if you can get this. Jurors at the start of a Scottish criminal trial. A lot of people are going wrong on this one. It's 15. In Scotland, there are 15 people in a criminal jury trial and 12 in a civil jury trial. In England, there are 12 in a criminal trial and 9 in a civil jury trial, because people in England apparently can't be arsed as much as Scotland. In geometry, number of dimensions associated with a point. So getting a maths question right. I never thought I'd see the day. It's 0. A point is a 0-dimensional object and an abstract idealization of an exact position without size in physical space. Unlike a line, which is 1-dimensional, a surface, which is 2-dimensional, and a volume, which is 3-dimensional. Circles of Hell in Dante's Inferno is next. It was a great question. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the notes as well. There are, of course, 9 circles of hell: limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, and treachery. The red herrings, 1, 10, 7, and 11. And that is the end of round number 2. No bonuses that time. There are no further notes on 1, 10, 7, and 11. You may be relieved to hear, because, well, what could you say? We could tell you all about the number 7. Really enjoyed that. I thought it was good. Sometimes the simplest ideas work out really well for games like Red Herrings, and that was really nice. A good mixture of challenging and easier questions in there. So, and I quite like the 9 circles of hell, and you've listed them: limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, and treachery. Hey, do you guys remember that time when Samster got a science question wrong? Oh, that time that happened like 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Oh, remember all the times in the future when we're going to be saying, remember that time Samster got a science question wrong, and it'll be this time. It'll be right now. And also, remember that time Toot got a maths question right? Oh, that wasn't that fun as well. Well done. Anyway, that's the end of round 2. Let's check out the scores. See how you're doing. Rias has got the lead at the moment with 31. Cromulent, Dimitri, Ralph, and Toot all tied up in a very nice four-way in second with 29. Mark and Riff in third with 28. We've got Nando on 27. Jerry's got 25. Shapes and Jogging on 24. Fish has dropped down a bit down on 23. ABME's on 19. Grams on 17. Apodo and Flyboy and Sylves all on 16. CJ, JR, Stilgar got 15. But Y is on 14. Silent is on 13. Pyro and Stimpson on 12. Colin on 11. Brig on 9. Conrad's got 8. Matt's on 6. Kegler's on 5. James Beers on 4. Marcin is on 1. And Prug has managed to get his way back up to 0. Very well done indeed. Lovely, 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 lovely. All tied up in a very nice four-way. Indeed they are. Right. We should go on. Round 3. This is Common People. Answer the 9 questions using the options available. Just 9 this round rather than 12. More points for each consecutive correct answer is what you get. You earn more points for each consecutive correct answer. So the first is worth 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. But if you give me a wrong answer, it breaks your streak and you start building up again from 1. If you abstain, whilst you don't get the points that question would have been worth, it does preserve your streak. So you can go 1, 2, abstention. If you get the next one right, it's still going to be worth 3. So sometimes if you've got a good streak going on, if you've got the first 4 right and you're after a 5-pointer, sometimes an abstention can be a valid strategy rather than guessing and breaking your streak. No bonus questions this round, but I'll give you a bonus of 5 points if you can get a perfect round, and answers will not be used more than once as ever, and there are 3 red herrings on the grid which will never be correct. So, common people. Let's take a look at some common people. Williams, Taylor, Smith, Wilson, Brown, White, Evans, Jones, Davis, Thomas, Johnson, and Roberts. These are some very common people. And in this round, all I need you to do is match the clue to the common British surname. If you don't know the answer, feel free to use your standard surname guess as appropriate. So if you are an OQL bod, you might have a default answer that you go to whenever the question is name a French so-and-so. Mine tends to be La Rochelle, which I know is the name of a town, but it's always quite funny to do that. If it's English, Smith is obviously a popular one on our team, though I tend to say something amusing, because if I don't know the answer, I'm going to at least try and be funny, because that's my MO. Because, oh, no, we don't want 3200 DPI, otherwise my mouse is going to be all over the place. Right, there's some common people, 9 questions coming up. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Current host of Radio 4 quiz show, Brain of Britain. You might as well have a go on this one, because you won't have any points at risk and no streak to break. So have a guess if you don't know. Once you're purple, you might want to think twice before guessing. That's Davis. Brain of Britain started as a slot in What Do You Know in 1953. It became a programme in its own right in 1968 with Russell Davis taking over as host in 2009. Voiced Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy. Purple if you're on a streak, blue if you're not. There we go. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the game. Nice to have you here. That was, of course, Jones. James Earl Jones. The late, great James Earl Jones, who taught Simba. Also the voice of Mufasa. On to the next. Compiled a dictionary of the English language that was published in 1755. It was Dr. Johnson, Samuel Johnson. Dictionary included the following definition of oats. Oats, a grain which in England is generally given to horses, but in Scotland supports the people. Very witty man. On to the next. Character played by Quentin Tarantino in Reservoir Dogs. So that scene from Blackadder where Dr. Johnson, played by Robbie Coltrane, brings the dictionary and the Blackadder just starts inventing words, which is very funny. He plays Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Pink. Watch Reservoir Dogs, it's a great film. Next question. Character played by Jean Le Mesurier in TV sitcom Dad's Army. That would be Wilson. Sergeant Arthur Wilson was the diffident upper-middle-class chief bank clerk who often quietly questions Manwaring's judgment. Or however you pronounce that name, because I can never remember. Next one, punk rock singer and songwriter Patty Blank, who released Horses in 1975. Smith, Patty Smith, Mannering, that's a thank you, Shapes. I think it was probably you who corrected me last time. Yes, Mannering. Not Mainwaring. Winner of the 2018 Tour de France, Geraint Blank. Contrafibularities, that was the word, one of the words. May I be the first to offer my heartfelt contrafibularities. Thomas was the answer. Geraint Thomas won the Tour de France in 2018. And the next, actor who voiced Buzz Lightyear in the film Lightyear 2022. That would be Evans, Chris Evans, in what played Captain America. Also played Buzz Lightyear. Another one for you. Number 1 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. It would be Williams, Caleb Williams, QB for University of Southern California, was selected first overall pick for the Chicago Bears. Your red herrings, Taylor, White, and Roberts. And that's the end of round number 3. Any bonuses? Yes, Toot finding all 12 of them, making up for lost time in that maths round. Sorry, all 9 of them, getting a bonus 5 points and taking him into a stonking lead of 79, almost 30 points clear of second place. It's your game to lose, but it's not all over yet. Red Herrings is the quiz equivalent of winding up to punch you in the arm and then punching you for flinching. It is a baby. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm phrasmotic, anaspeptic, and something else to have caused you such pericombobulations. Do like Blackadder. It's very good. I suck, therefore I am. Very good. Well, Toot's got a hefty old lead. 79. Dimitri's in second with 50. Rios is in third with 46. Shapes has 45. Ralph and Riff both tied up on 44. The Han on 42. Cromule on 41. Mark's got 40. Nando and Pyro are both on 33. ABME has 32. Brig has 30. Jerry's got 27. Fish has 25, as does Sylves. Flyboy and Grams and Stimps all on 23. Podo's got 22. CJ's on 21. Colin and JR on 17. Stilgar's got 16. Silence on 15. But Y on 14. Conrad on 12. Kegler on 11. Matt and Prug's on 10. Vertig on 7. James B on 5. And Marcin on 2. Well, we have got one more round. It is the final round. We have had your future being written in the stars. Now you have my number. It's common people. And to finish, round 4. We are going for a song. Deselect before you reselect. It is the Wipeout final round. Find the 6 correct answers that fit the criteria. Submit a wrong answer, and you'll be told how many you got right and be frozen out for 5 seconds. First to find all 6 will win 50 points, which is why it is not necessarily Toot's game, because it was going to be incumbent on Toot that nobody else finds all 50, and that he indeed does finds all 6, and that he indeed does find all 6 if they do. Subsequent correct submissions win 5 points fewer than the previous player. So 50 for the first, then 45, 44, 45, then 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and so on, down to 5 for the 10th player to solve, after which the game will end. We'll keep going until 10 players have found all 6, or 90 seconds have expired, whichever happens first. The 10th player to solve gets 5 points, and then the wall will lock. Answers will gradually be removed as gameplay progresses, which will hopefully make it a little bit easier for you, and they should automatically become unselectable on your device, even if they are selected. So do keep an eye on them, because you shouldn't be able to submit any more or less than 6. So we're going for a song to finish off, and here are your options. Let's take a look. Miley Cyrus, Kanye West, Ariana Grande, Bad Bunny, Taylor Swift, Noah Khan, SZA, which might not be pronounced like that, Drake, Peso Pluma, Zach Bryan, Billie Eilish, Feed, Sabrina Carpenter, Chapel Rowan, The Weeknd, and Travis Scott. It is not pronounced. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Scissor. I refuse to call it Scissor. I'm going to call it SZA. No, I refuse. It's fucking Gen Alpha and their stupid language. On what planet does that make scissor? Yeah, I'm going to call it Jar. Jar, that's your name. Mr. Vertigo, welcome to the stream. Right, those are your options anyway. One of them is Jar. But there's no Z in scissors. There's no A in scissors for that matter. So, yeah, and there's a vowel that... No, I'm not having it. Not having it. Absolutely not. Here's your question. Good luck. Have fun. 90 seconds. You've ticked Sir off now. Find the 6 most globally streamed artists on Spotify in 2024. Scissor my arse. That was not an invitation, by the way. I appreciate it. Might have sounded like it. That would be a very painful invitation. Scissor, semicolon, my arse. Right. 20 seconds gone. I've not seen a 5 yet. Got a lot of 4s coming in. I'm not going to try and understand the kids, Colin. There's some 5s. A few 5s coming in now. Not Ariana Grande. Get rid of her from your thought train. You've ticked her off now. A couple of 5s. Not Chapel Rowan. Get rid of them from your thought train. On the street, please. The comma is more appropriate than a semicolon, possibly. Oh, goodness me! Nando was first, followed quickly by Toot. It's not Shah either. Prugs is there now. Riff and Keckler getting there too. Dex come out from under the desk. Stop thumping my computer with your tail. It's not Zach Bryan. The Hangman, Fish, Rias also getting there. Ralph is getting there. It's not Peso Pluma. 20 seconds. And Grams becomes the 10th to solve it and ends the puzzle. And that is the end of the quiz. All of your red herrings there. Miley Cyrus, Kanye West, Ariana Grande, Noah Khan, Scissor, Peso Plume. Scissor, no. Jar. I'm going with Jar. Zach Bryan, Feed, Sabrina Carpenter, and Chapel Rowan are your red herrings. Jar Jar. Good lord. In publication, or Spotify published the top 10, the order from top to bottom. We've got Taylor Swift in at number 1, then Bad Bunny at number 2, Drake in at number 3, Billie Eilish is in at 4, Travis Scott in at 5, and number 6... Oh, hang on. Taylor Swift 1, Weekend 2, Bad Bunny 3, Drake 4, Billie Eilish 5, and Travis Scott 6. Sorry, I read those wrong. Billie Eilish 5 and Travis Scott 6. Yeah, that's what I meant. The rest of the top 10, Peso Plumo was 7, Kanye West was 8, Ariana Grande was 9, and Fide was number 10. The remainder was from Fluffy's desperate search through pop culture references. I feel your pain, Fluffy Bunny, as someone who equally didn't recognise many of them, and it made me feel quite sad and old. Have you ever heard of Chapel Rowan? I have now. Been to the Hot Go Dance? No. Have you ever been to the Pink Pony? Okay, shut up, all of y'all. Stop being silly. Order! Press my order button. It's the sort of thing. It's like this is the sort of thing I'd be asked when I was teaching. Sir, have you ever heard of Chapel Rowan? Sir, have you ever done the Hot to Go Dance? Sir, have you ever been to the Pink Pony Club? And I'd just be like, Josh, shut up. They'd just be, they say it like that, and then everyone would laugh. All of the student body would laugh at Josh or whoever it was. Sir, do you like magic? It's like, shut up, Danny. Ah, that's funny. Right, algebra. Let's go. Anyway, yeah, that was my life as a teacher. I don't miss it. I hate kids. Hashtag kids these days just coming in. Honestly, spending 2 days with 3 under 3-year-olds over Christmas was enough to cement the idea that I 100% fully and truly do not want children of my own. Babies, little tiny little smelly things. No. Hashtag shut up, Danny order. Yeah, no kids, no babies, not for me. Right, that's the end of the game. Final scores. Riff finishing in third with 79. Nando picks up the silver with 83. Bit of a steal for those two coming in at the last minute. And it was Toot. I think it was always likely to be Toot. He had such a hefty lead. And he's actually extended it in the final as the second player to solve. 124 points. And our gold medalist has now cut that out. Very well done, my dude. And congratulations to all the medalists. Thank you as well to Fluffy Bunes, Fluffy Bunny Esquire, and of course to Colo for writing and proofing respectively. Really lovely, Pat. Really enjoyed that. It was good fun to read, and thank you for all the extra trivia as well, Fluffy Bunny. Always good to have extra information to contextualise questions and So yes, thank you for your efforts, and I do hope all of you enjoyed it. We are going to go for another very short break, but when we come back, we'll be back for the final game of the evening, which will be another visit to Quiz Prison, aka The Escape Artist. It's been written by Sam, and it's been proofed by Toot. So interesting, neither Sam nor Toot are going to win this next game, because they wrote and proofed it, respectively. Come and join if you want to have a go. I think it's... I glanced at it briefly. Toot says he thinks it's a little tough. I glanced at it briefly. I thought, it's quite tough, but The Escape Artist is supposed to be a tough game. So we'll see what we can make of it. I've also adjusted the scores, the drain in round 3 a little bit. So hopefully that'll work, because I haven't actually tested it. But in theory, it was just 1 number in the inspector and 2 numbers in the code. So fingers crossed. If Toot thinks it's tough, it must be very tough. Well, I don't know. Toot being impartial as a member of this community, he recognises what's tough and what's not. But we'll see. I'll let you guys be the judge, or judges, of that. That's the end of Red Herrings. Thank you again to Fluffy Bunes for writing. When we come back, The Escape Artist is written by Sam. Adverts coming back by in the interim, then continuity, and then we'll get on with the game and get on with the quiz, and all will be well. Thank you all for playing, and I will see you after the credits. I forgot there was another state there. This is why the tool will help me, because it will tell me what states are coming up next. Now we're going to roll the credits. GG's. Adverts coming up, then continuity. There'll be a bonus at some point along the way as well, and then it will be time for The Escape Artist, as written by Sam. You don't want to miss it. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you'll understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you'll understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you'll understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One run right on, swing 'em.
I've got to show you this briefly. Right. Look at my alerts dancing to the music. That's so good. Means I've got a new raid message, there's a new public chatter, and they're perfectly desynchronized, and they're right in time with the music. I think that's brilliant. Anyway, that's all. I'm going to go load some software. Oh, and there it is. Right, so we'll go to the BRB. Continuity coming up in just a minute.
Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One run right on, swing 'em so help me. One run
Oh, this is a jam, isn't it? Be finishing in the next 5 seconds. Nice. Hey, Minky, Nacho, welcome to the stream, both of you. Hope you're keeping well. Yes, I gave some pennies out, didn't I? Did I press the advert button? Yes, I did. If not, we're going to get 3 minutes of ads now. Not much continuity to do tonight, actually, because we've got Ash, who hasn't published a schedule, but is excellent and very wholesome. He's on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Don't know what he's doing, but he's going to be back next week. Wednesday and Friday, 8 p.m. Twitch.tv/80_bats for even more quiz stuff. Topper is on hiatus at the moment, but still worthy of a follow. He has just finished Season 8, so I think he's off this week, and I think he's back next. So go give him a follow, twitch.tv/top1gaming. I know what my schedule is. My schedule is in the What's On section of the Discord, which, incidentally, you can come and join right there. So easy. Come and join the Discord. Come hang out with us. And you get access to the very pretty schedule. And I can tell you that next week, if you're here for the Thursday stream, the 30th of January, we've got Battlefront, The Abyss, and Danger Zone. Battlefront written by Clive, The Abyss written by Jerry, and Danger Zone written by Matt. So do pop yourselves along for that if you fancy some serious quiz, I think. Battlefront, The Abyss and Danger Zone. More serious quiz on Thursday. Non-zero chance I might be slightly late on Thursday. Depends what time I get away from work, because I'm over in Caerphilly Wednesday and Thursday this week. So I might be... I'm planning on leaving Thursday lunchtime. I've got a meeting Thursday morning, and then hopefully getting away lunchtime-ish on the Thursday, or just after lunch, which will get me back by about 5, which should be plenty of time. But we'll see what the traffic does and what time I end up getting away. So just a heads up on that one. Next Saturday, if you're just here for the weekend, 1st of February. Goodness me, February is approaching already. January's supposed to last a lot. I tell you what, it goes faster if you're able to drink in it, is what I've discovered this year. But we've got Risky Business, Hacker and Spotlight coming up next Saturday night. Risky Business coming to us from... Oh god, I thought it was me for a minute then. It's not. It's Stimson's Angle, and it's already been proofed already. So Stimson's Angle with Risky Business next week, Hacker by Topper next week, and Spotlight by pretty much everybody next week. So there's a few Spotlight packs have come in the last couple of weeks since we last played Spotlight. We should have enough now to definitely do the one next Saturday. The next one thereafter is the 20th of February, so sort of 3 weeks later, for which we could probably do with a few more. So if you are about the database on your itch page, how often is it updated? Which database on my itch page? I didn't know I had a database on my itch page, so probably not very. Which one are you talking about, Matt? You'll have to... Oh, do you mean the penny bank? Are you talking about the penny bank? If you're talking about the penny bank, every stream. But I haven't retroactively added on last week's money box yet, if that's what you're looking for, Matt. It's called the penny bank. But if you're wondering why it's lower than it should be, I haven't done last week's money box ones yet, because I did say I would retroactively add them after the game unexpectedly died. That's another reason I'm looking to build stuff, because my feeling is that stuff will just run better if it's built rather than running it out of the Unity Inspector. Those will be going on at some point when I find some time, probably tomorrow. But otherwise, yes, it's updated after every stream. Yes. So that, and when you go !pennies, that is that where it pulls from? No, when you go !pennies and the app is open, it pulls it from the live data, which is on my hard drive, and then that live data gets pushed up to the website after the stream. It doesn't quite all happen in sync, but while I'm live, it's one of the jobs of the Packdown to update the penny bank. So while I'm live, you can go !pennies and have a live and up-to-date count, and as soon as I finish stream, within 10 minutes of stream finishing normally, I will push it up to GitHub, and it updates it. So what was I saying? More Spotlight questions was before that. So please do send more Spotlight questions in my general direction. It'd be great to see. We've got 2 more Spotlight games this season, possibly only enough questions to do one comfortably. Second one might be a little tighter, so do send some more in my direction. Don't forget, the 1st of March, Saturday the 1st of March, is Game Night's 5th birthday party. Plans for that are underway, and I do hope that you'll be able to come and join me, raising money for an as yet undisclosed charity, because I need to pick one, basically. But that's going to be coming up very, very soon, before you know it, and lots of fun is going to be had on that day, so keep your eyes out for publicity on that in the next week or so. I think that's all the continuity I've got to do for now. Who's online looking at potential raid targets? JB's online doing Dr. Mario, so that's a potential raid target. Flage is online doing, it's unusual for him doing Vice City on a Saturday, so may go and see what that's all about. Sheepdog doing Planet Zoo. Sportsy's doing Dr. Mario as well. Ridder Crash is doing Zelda. So there's a few potential targets for us to go and raid into later on. But before all that, we have got one more game that we need to play. It is The Escape Artist, aka Quiz Prison. It has been written by Sam. It has been proofed by Toot. And let's see if anyone has got the temerity, the gumption and audacity to get themselves out of Quiz Prison. I recognise those are probably not the correct uses of those words, but they're fun to say. Devices at the ready, and a quick reminder, you can come join the Discord there, and you will need the Universal Controller to play this game. It's time for Quiz Prison, aka The Escape Artist. Welcome to The Escape Artist. KWPJ is the room code if you want to come and play this one. I can see you come to join even if you can't see yourself populating the cells. The bot will tell you in the chat that you've managed to validate your account, so keep your eyes on that. If you're worried that it, for whatever reason, hasn't connected, mainly because the noise and the steam behind the thing was just a bit much. Also, there's a big panel in the way. A big, yeah. Panel? Is that the word? Yeah, panel is probably the word I'm after there. Big strap in the way. Kilowatt pajamas. Yes, kilowatt pajamas. That works. We're in for 39 in this game. We're up to 29. We're up to 30 so far. 9 more players. It'd be nice to have prisons overflowing. Be symptomatic of this country at any rate. Ooh, let's have a look at that. I'll think about it. Michael M238. Welcome to the stream. And welcome to the game as well. Nice to have you with us. Hello, welcome on in. Great to have you here. Hope you're keeping well. Talking of Quiz Prison, this week I've been revisiting Les Mis and his orchestra, and in particular the Philip Quast performances as Javert. His renditions of the confrontation and stars in the Les Mis 10th anniversary show are amazing. There's some interesting interviews online with him about this approach to performance too. And drifted a bit far off topic. That's fine, go off topic if you like. Talk about whatever you like. Within reason. Yeah, good. Well, I'm very glad. That sounds like it was a useful little diversion for you this week, Prooks. Philip Quast. I can't say I've come across him. I'm not really very up on musical theatre performers, perhaps as much as I should be, but Right, another minute, and then we'll get underway. Still 50 viewers. We're going for 2 hours now, so for a 3-game night, we're not doing too badly. I think we'll probably be done before 11 UK time, so hopefully no one's got too much of an early start tomorrow. I'll be up at 7:30, go take his nibs for a walk, and then poodle off to church, play the organ, and then I've got the rest of the day free. I'm going to cook a joint of beef at some point that I bought yesterday, and do some more work on this new project. Keep ticking things off the very, 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 very long to-do list in suggestions. Though I did fix... I say I did. I haven't checked, but I haven't tested it. But I looked at the code and thought, I think that's fixed the problem. Last time we played the Escape Artist when nobody escaped. I don't think it was the last time we played, but the last time when nobody escaped. It it wiped the database of the escape artist players, which was like, oopsie poopsie, of people who've won the escape artist. Fortunately, because no one escaped, I was just able to roll it back. But it turns out what was happening was that there's a bit of code in case we have multiple winners. In fact, we shouldn't need to have multiple winners unless there is an absolute tie, which has happened, I think, once, or maybe it hasn't, where basically 2 players escape and finish on exactly the same score. Then we have an absolute tie. They both need to be credited as the escape artists. I think I account for that. So that's why there's a loop. So it loops over all players who have officially won. But unfortunately, I was loading the medal list inside that loop. So if I was doing a 4 each over a list of players who are winners and there are no winners, then it doesn't load in the medal list, but it still writes out the medal list. So the medal list ended up being null, and it just wrote that out because that's what I told it to do, because I hadn't told it to load the medal list in. So I went to look to the code. So why is the medal list being loaded inside the loop? Because if we don't go into the loop, it never gets loaded, so it just gets saved as empty or null. So now the medal list is loaded before the loop, and so if there is no loop, it just saves what was already there. So yeah. That was my hacky fix. I've also, like I say, I mentioned I've increased the drain rates in round 3 because I felt they were a bit pedestrian and lost some of the jeopardy. The plus side, it meant more players lasted till the end of round 3 if you got there, but I felt it was slightly against the nature of the game. There's lots of players answering fast. So now, the first 3, you'll lose 1 point every 2 seconds. Then the next 6, it will be 1 point per second. And then it's still the same half second per point on the final question. So, yeah, best and worst part about the program is that the computer does exactly what you tell it to do. It really does. It really does. I've been watching a couple of old Tom Scott videos recently on the basics in his computer science series, and he talks about the worst typo he ever made because he was working on a live database. Dumb and compliant, they certainly are. Yeah, they certainly are, but it does beg the question: the people who write the code into them are even dumber and complianter. Right, that's enough chatter. We have got 33 of you in, and it's time to lock you in. Nine, 10, 11. There you are, 3 at a time, flickering to life as the smoke emerges from behind your cells and you peep out from behind your bars. If you join before the end, it's not going to be fun. My keyboard's falling apart. What a part. I've got a spare you could have, but you're a bit far, Matt. If you join before the end of question 5, then you can take part in the actual part of the game. If you join after question 5, then you'll get a cell and then immediately be locked into it. Dummerera and dummerera. So, there's 33 players. Only one can emerge as the escape artist. I think Brig's been put in solitary confinement. Poor Brig. He's all the way over there on his own. Has to shout if he wants to chat with Nando or shout up to Fetz. Vertigo's kind of solitary confinement as well. Michael as well. Somewhat solitary confinement. Hey, Brig's in the Brig. Love it. You like my own company, yeah. I can relate to that. That's good. Who's going to be the betterist in this game? Brig's in the Brig. Love it. Hashtag Briggs in the Brig. Yeah. That's getting highlight. Oh, too many highlights now. I'm going to have to start culling them down because I can only pick one. Right. Speaking of one, let's get on with it. Round 1. Round 1's initiate. In this round, you need to answer any 5 of the 10 questions in order to escape. The harder the question, the more points it's worth. They'll be asked in a random order. They won't necessarily get harder as it goes on. You cannot answer more than 5 questions. I know there was a request put in to allow players to answer questions once they're through to earn more pennies, which I haven't implemented. I'm not quite sure I'm inclined to. But I would have to look at the code and to do that. It's not necessarily a quick change because it would require testing. I think it was Shapes who requested that, so it was noted but hasn't been implemented yet. Answer incorrectly, you lose a life. Lose all 3 lives or fail to answer 5 questions before the end of the round and you will be out of the game. If it gets to a point where there aren't enough questions for you to get 5, then you will be out of the game. There's no penalties for abstentions, but if you abstain on the first 6, there aren't enough questions for you to answer 5, and so you will be eliminated from the game. At the end of the round, you get a bonus point for each life you've got remaining, and remember, once you've got 5, you cannot answer any more. Would penalise people wait for later questions, wouldn't it? That's a good point, actually, CJ. Yeah, it would make it inequitable if the if the range of questions, of the gradient of questions falls that you want to answer your questions at the end, you're not even going to try the ones at the beginning, whereas if it falls for you and you've got all of yours, then you kind of get a free attempt at them for extra pennies. So I think that's probably a fairly good argument, which I hadn't made against that particular ruling. Unless you introduce a strat which is I just want to answer this to try and get pennies, but I don't want it to count, and then it's getting way too complicated. And yeah, it's the other point is that it is only 5 questions, so you can answer all the others. Not that I want to deprive people of quiz, that's not the goal here, but I think it is fairly intrinsic to the format. Right, let's take a look at the gradient. Ooh, interesting. 43295 108,716. I quite like that. I quite like that as a curve tonight. RNG has done us a nice thing. Nice thing there. Nice gentle start and getting easier. We've then got a sudden bump for question 4. Back down to a sort of middling level. Then you get your hard 3. You get a reprieve of 1 and 6 at the end. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. The 1 at 9 is nice. The 6 at the end, I would probably like to have seen 6 and 5 swapped there, but otherwise that's pretty good, actually. That's a pretty even gradient. So always nice. It's always nice seeing the reveal of the gradient. It's genuinely RNG. I don't plan it. The only option I have got is to force it to be in pack order, which is to put it from 1 to 10. That's the only option I've got. Or I can put it in reverse order, so it goes 10 to 1. But yeah, always a nice moment. So, decide which 5 you're going to answer, and very best of luck to you all. Let's play. Question number 1. For 4 points, what does the O stand for in the initialism of the sports governing body, IOC? I think I'm going to be leant forward for a lot of this, so I might just drop the camera, otherwise I'm going to end up getting chopped off. I don't like it, it looks unprofessional, which means I have to stay leant forward. Time up. 30 players attempted that, just 3 abstaining on that question. What does the O stand for in the initialism of the sports governing body IOC? The correct answer. Olympic, or Olympics. We did accept International Olympic Committee. But Sam's saying, I've been nice and accepted Olympics. Everyone who attempted that getting that right, apart from Flyboy who went for organisation. Bad luck, that's not the right answer. Everyone else getting yourselves 4 points. Good start. Let's light you back up. On to the next question. Question number 2. This is worth 3 points. Have a look at this. I've got the host notes there, but I forget they're debugged for me now. Culottes are a clothing item designed to cover what part of the body? "20 players have attempted, 13 have sat this one. I have to... Oh, culottes. Sorry, culottes are a clothing item designed to cover what part of the body? Correct answer is the legs. We also accepted thighs on that. Legs or thighs were acceptable answers there. And wrong answers: feet, buttocks, feet, head, cuff, feet, and feets. Plural. Culottes. What are culottes? Oh, they're trousers. They're culotte trousers for women. Casual and workwear culottes. Strictly speaking, I mean, do they technically cover the feet? They don't fully cover the feet, so I'm not going to allow feet on this occasion. But trousers is good. I mean, they technically do cover the buttocks as well, me, technically, but that's not what they are designed to cover. They're designed to cover the legs. Yeah, that's my ruling. Really? Really? Okay, alright. Well, I'm being overridden buttocks, yeah? Being overridden by the writer and the proofer, they're saying go for it. So, I mean, that feels very charitable. I mean, I suppose you could make the argument for feet as well. Are they? Alright, well, far be it from me to argue. Let's light you back up. Very few pants that don't cover the butt. Well, yes, I suppose so. Yeah, buttocks overridden, indeed they are. Question number 3, this is worth 2 points. Have a look at this. During the Cold War, the metaphorical curtain between the Soviet Union and the rest of Europe was named for which metal? 27 attempting this one. 6 abstaining, the correct answer. Iron. I am going to allow that, Matt. You've said Fe, which is a chemical symbol for iron. I can't think of anything else you might have been going for there, so I will allow that one for 2 points. Yeah, the Iron Curtain. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I can... the rest of you, it was named for... Yeah, no, it's... yeah, 2 points, not too low. But yeah, you still got the right answer. Sam, you're getting... remember that time Sam got a science question wrong? And then he wrote one in the next game. Oh, that's very funny. Right. See a green there from everyone who attempted it. So I'm just going to regas my pipe and let's light you back up. On to the next question, number 4. This one is worth 9 points if you want to attempt it. I'm going to write something down for the controller because otherwise I will forget all about it and I need to make sure I don't do that. Display alt answers in brackets because of course I won't have any notes at all. Sorry. You think of something that you need to do and you thought I've got to write it down otherwise I'll forget it. Right, tougher one coming up. Question number 4. This is worth 9 points. If you want to play, take a look. If light waves are transverse, what type of wave are sound waves? I can put it into a new model if you like. Probably would make sense. Though I am going to be bringing a host notes model host notes property into all models moving forward, so they could just go in there and just be prefaced with pre-question because I will be debugging it, but possibly not debugging it until just before the question goes live. Maybe I need to look into that. Think about that workflow. Get the question before I press the button to launch it. But then in a game like something like The Abyss, which is auto running, that's much more difficult. Anyway, sorry, Lewis, you're going to get me sidetracked. Just 7 players attempting this one. Not surprised, not many are going for it. If light waves are transverse, what type of wave are sound waves? The correct answer: longitudinal. Got obverse, compressional, inverse, and transitional, all of which are incorrect. Longitudinal or P waves also accepted there. None of those fit into that category. Very well done to Stimpson's Angle, Fluffy Bunny, and Riff, all getting that one right. JR, Cola, Prugs, and Vertigo, you are going to lose a life. Let's lay you back up. Bit of a dip back down to 5 points in the middle of the pack, in theory. Let's see what you make of this. Take a look. That is an alternative name for which UK mountain? CJ's just put the Welsh one, which is technically correct, but also not its name, so I don't think I can allow it. The correct answer is Snowdon, Mount Snowdon, Welsh name because it is in North Wales. I'm going to sneeze. Oh. Heavens to Betsy. Your mum. Is that how you pronounce it? Your Widfer. Thank you, Mr. Vertigo. Ben Nevis is in Scotland, Brig. Snowdonia might also be in Wales, but it's not that one. Ben Nevis, Snowdonia. The Welsh one, Ben Nevis and Ben Nevis. It was Snowdon. Unless Snowdonia is the same. Are they Snowdonia and Snowdon the same thing? I don't actually know that. Or is Snowdonia a place? Mount Snowdon, here with blah blah. And Snowdonia is a national park. So, no, unfortunately not. Erie National Park. It is in Wales, as it happens. But it is not there. And probably where you'd find Mount Snowdon. But yeah, a bit like that's a really good point of reference there, oh hey. Welcome to the stream, by the way. But yeah, good point of reference. Snowdon, like be calling Everest the Himalayas a little bit, which I don't think will scam. So Snowdonia incorrect, but most of us getting that one right with Snowdon. Very well played. Let's light you back up. On to the next. It's the toughest one of the lot. Question number 6, which is technically worth 10 points if you get it right. Vertigo, Riff, Fluffy Bunny, Colin and Simpsons Angle. You're 1 away. Not Anumya and Flyboy. You are on your last life, so do tread carefully. Don't have to play this if you don't want to. Question number 6, worth 10 points. Take a look. Beloved by Book Talk, Daisy Jones and the Six and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo are works by which author? Blimey. Wow, I have not seen that for a very, very long time in this game, where absolutely nobody has attempted it. All 10 players abstaining. Never heard of Book Talk. Is that in relation to TikTok? Probably. No, I've never heard of Book Talk either. The South Book side of TikTok. Lots of people, everyone sitting that one out, so there's going to be no danger unless anyone needed to get it right. The correct answer, for what it's worth, was Taylor Reid, who I've never heard of, but not having a TikTok account. That would be, probably why I've never come across that. Well done, Samster. You've got a question that is so saucing, no one even wanted to attempt it. Very saucing question. Maybe that's a true saucing question. No harm, no foul. Let's light you back up. Not that you're unlit at this point. Didn't want that. Well, that's how it goes. We're still 1 away from Mr. Vertigo, Riff, Fluffy Bunny, Colin and Simpsons Angle. Mark, Conradlak, Fetz and Grams now requiring all of the remaining questions. That's an 8-pointer, 7-pointer, 1-pointer and 6-pointer. A 0% question, yeah. Not a Numera and Flyboy also still on your last life. But not yet requiring all questions. So, let's see what happens with question number 7. It's worth 8 points. Take a look. Guess we should read more. Very good, eh? 2024 biopic, A Complete Unknown, stars Timothy Chalamet as which American musician? 17 attempting this one. It's a bit more like it. So 16 sitting this one out. I'm fairly sure this came up in OQL on Wednesday night, though Samson's pack was submitted before then. So obviously, what's the word? Converse evolution. Not converse evolution. What's the word I'm after? Is it converse? Converse evolution? Is that converse thinking? Possibly. Anyway, whatever the word I'm thinking of is, someone will tell me in chat if it's not converse. Convergent, thank you. Convergent is the word I'm thinking of, not converse. 2024 biopic, A Complete Unknown, stars Timothy Chalamet as which American musician? No, I'm not accused of nicking sounds, but this is the first time it's been seen by anyone publicly. The correct answer is Bob Dylan. Very well done if you got that. Poda going for John Denver. Shakira Boxcar's going for Bob Marley. Fet's going for Buddy Holly. Apescapey going for Elvis. All of those wrong answers, I'm afraid. Bob Dylan is what we wanted there. Zimmerman, Robert Zimmerman, I think is his full name. We also accepted. Fluffy Bunny, you're the first player to have escaped. Very well done. You'll get your score on the door, and you'll go a slightly different shade of blue. Unfortunately, though, Fetz and Grams, you're due for elimination. Fetz possibly running out of lives. Grams possibly not enough questions left for you to answer. Thank you both for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. The first, but probably won't be the last, as Fluffy Bunny's score ticks up to 26. We've got Ralph, Nando, Prugs, Vertigo, Shapes, Riff, Colin Kegler, Jack Hennety, and Stimpson's Angle, all 1 away. Not a Numera, Brig, Apodo, Mark, It's Fine, It's Cool, Conrad Lack, Shakira, Boxcars, and Flyboy, all requiring all 3. And Not a Numera, Shakira, Boxcars, and Flyboy also on their last lives. Good luck as we go to our next question. Question number 8 is worth 7 points. Take a look. With the Latin name Coccinella septempunctata, the most common type of ladybird in the UK has how many black spots on its back?
Can we just take a minute to appreciate how I absolutely nailed that Latin?
I think. Oh, something else I've just remembered. I need to write down. Sorry, this is the thing when you have a thing and then you start thinking of things that you need to put on the thing. Display queue number. So many little things that are gonna... Yeah. Golf clap. Thank you for that golf clap. With the Latin... I'm going to read it again. Because I can. With the Latin name Coccinella septumpunctata, the most common type of ladybird in the UK, has how many black spots on its back? The correct answer is 7. 7 is what we wanted there, and the in here is sept. Septumpunctata, sept, S-E-P-T, from the Latin for 7, or indeed September, which is the 9th month of the year, for reasons that someone has probably explained to me, but I cannot adequately recall. Ralph, Nando, Prunes, Vertigo, Riff, Jack, Kennedy, and Stimpson's Angle, you have all escaped. Very well played. You are through to the next round. We will see you there. Unfortunately, though, Brig and Shakira Boxcars, you are due for elimination, either because there's not enough questions left or you've run out of lives. Either way, thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road. And it's lights out. Another raid message. Hakuna septumpunctata. Septumpunctata. Very nice. Right. 2 questions left, a 1-pointer and a 6-pointer. Matt, AB Me, Shapes, Cola, Colin, Kegler, CJ, and AP Scapey. You require any one of the remaining 2. Nottingham, Rios, Jerry, Podo, Mark, It's Fine, It's Cool, Pyro, Conrad, like Stilgar, Michael, Limbic System, Flyboy, and Silent Marine. You need both of these. Not a number. Jerry, Eris, Pyro, Limbic System, Flyboy, and Silent Marine also on your last lives. Excuse me. Here's question number 9. It's worth a single point. Take a look. The 3 colours that appear on the logos of Tesco, Pepsi, and Domino's are blue, white, and which other? That's time up. 20 players have had a go. 9 have abstained. Some of them may have obtained passage already. Domino. The correct answer is red. Red, white, and blue on all 3 of them, along with the flags of France, the USA, the UK, and probably several others as well. Matt, AB Me, Shapes, Colin, Kegler, CJ, and AP Scapey. You're all escaping on that question. Very well played. You're through to round 3. No, you're not. Well, you might be, but you're definitely through to round 2. Let's light you back up. So academic at this point for the players on their last life. Not a number. Jerry, Pyro, Limbic, Flyboy, and Silent Marine. Doesn't matter if you get this right or wrong. You've got to get it right if you want to get through. Not a number. Rios, Jerry, Apodo, Mark. It's Fine, It's Cool, Pyro, Conrad, like Stilgar, Cola, Michael, Limbic System, Flyboy, and Silent Marine. You're all still in, and there's 1 question left. You must get this one right. It's the 6-pointer. Hopefully it falls well for you. I wish you the very best of luck. Here it is. Trials and Tribulations and Justice for All are installments in which video game series? Welcome, David, to the stream. Nice to have you here, and apologies for the missing leading apostrophe on that. Trials and Tribulations and Justice for All are installments in which video game series? It's felt perfectly for me, says Michael. Metallica Trek? Hold it. Objection. Take that. It is, of course, Ace Attorney, which is what we're after there. Wrong answers. Uncharted, Resident Evil, Far Cry, Guitar Hero, Call of Duty. Unfortunately, those are all incorrect. It does mean not a number. Managed to cling on despite only having 1 life for a lot of that. And Apodo, Mark, Pyro, still got Kay and Michael. You've all escaped into round 2. Very well played. We'll see you there. Does mean, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to another 7 players. Rios, Jerry, It's Fine, It's Cool, Conrad, Limbic System, Flyboy, and Silent Marine. Thank you very much for playing, but it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. So, at the end of that round, we started with 33. 22 players have escaped and 11 were eliminated. Exactly 1/3 of the game. So, pitched well so far for a 3-round game from Sam. We've got a good variety of scores in here as well. 27 the high score? I think it's 27. Stimpson's Angle at the top and Riff at the bottom. 27 the current high score. Let's see if it will stay the high score as we go on to round number 2. Yes, Phoenix Wright would also have been accepted as an answer there. Moving to round 2, which is sustain. Reach the target value in order to escape. Target is set as the highest score plus 15, which means, because every question is now worth 5 points, even the high scorer must answer at least 3 in order to escape. Answering correctly, you lose one of your 3 refreshed lives. We've given you 3 back and given you 1 extra point for each life you had left at the end of the last round. Lose all 3 lives or fail to reach the target before the end of the round. Once again, you will be eliminated. And once again, there's no penalties for abstentions. But of course, you leave it too long, you are going to run out of questions. Crucially, in this round, unlike the last round, you may continue answering after you've escaped, but you are still at risk of elimination if you lose all your lives. So do think about it carefully. For every for every point you've got left at the end of the round, I'll give you a bonus 2 points. So once you've escaped, you might want to think twice about just blind guessing, because A, you can still be eliminated, and B, those bonuses can be quite powerful at the end of the round if you've got 3 lives left. However, bear in mind, you've got to hit the target before bonuses are applied. If the target ends up being 45 and you finish on 44, even if you've got 3 lives left and would have had a 6-point bonus, unfortunately, you will be eliminated. You must hit the target before the bonuses are applied, because they happen after the conclusion of the round. So, it's sustain, and our target is indeed 45 as it happens. That's quite pleasing, isn't it? Which means the high scores are 30, set by Stimpson's Angle and Ralph. Not Riff. I guess Riff only had a couple of lives left. And maybe Ralph was on 27 and I missed that before. Nando on 29, Riff on 29, Stimpson's Angle and Ralph on 30 seem to have set the high score. So the more points you've got, the less work you have to do in this round. But you must get to 45 before the end of question 10. There's 50 points up for grabs, so technically everybody can make it through. But how many of you will? Let's find out. Question number 1. Take a look. Missed by 1 point, I swear to God. Starting with this, the Rams, Galaxy and Lakers are all sports teams based in which US city? And that's time. 22 of you have answered. There were no abstentions there, so everyone giving it a go. And the correct answer was given by everybody. Los Angeles. Oh, I beg your pardon. Almost every. Oh no, that one player is in the background game. Yes, if you've been eliminated, you can still play along for bonus pennies in the background game and just for extra fun quiz. So do continue to play along if you like. Yeah, Rams are NFL, Galaxy are football or soccer, and the Lakers are basketball, but they're all Los Angeles. Very well done. Nice to see you, see you, Green. Let's let you back up. And move on to question number 2. Little Men, Life at Plumfield with Joe's Boys is one of 3 sequels to which 1868 novel by Louisa May Alcott? Five abstaining that time. Not everyone wanting a go at that one, but the correct answer was Little Women, and all 17 players who attempted it were correct for another 5 points. Very well played. On we go. Ralph, you're 1 away already after 2 questions. You've got the first 2 right. Just need 1 more question, and then you are sitting happy on that target of 45. Though, of course, you may continue to answer more. Though, of course, you may also be eliminated if you lose your lives. That's the only news to report. Let's go on to question number 3. Diverticultis is an inflammation of which organ of the human body? Sorry, diverticulitis. Sorry, I can read the question properly. Diverticulitis. Diverticultis. That's the way you make wine, isn't it? Or is that viticulture? Is viticulture, is it wine? Yeah, diverticulitis is an inflammation of which organ of the human body? The correct answer. Diverticulitis. Oh, is it a tick in the middle? Diverticulitis. Thank you very much for the clearing up of the pronunciation. Correct answer is the large intestine. The large intestine. We did just accept intestine on its own, but we didn't accept small intestine. So I'm going to go for a ruling on that, because intestine is sort of suggests the whole thing. If we've got the word intestine, I'm inclined to allow it, but I will refer to Sab and Toot on this one. Other wrong answers, stomach, heart, and esophagus, all incorrect. A few wrong answers in the background game, but I have got a small intestine here. What do we... What do we think? Sam Toot? Thank you, Matt. If we could keep the commentary to just the people I've asked, rather than anyone chipping in, otherwise it all gets a bit Lord of the Flies. Well, that's a really unhelpful comment, Sam. Thanks for that. I'll let Toot and subsequently Lewis decide then. Oh, okay. So don't allow. Okay, fine. You'd make the argument that. Okay, so we're allowing in testing, but we're disallowing small. So it's as the sheet. Okay. I won't argue. I defer to superior knowledge. So we're not going to allow small intestines. So unfortunately, Fluffy Bunny, that is going to be a wrong answer. Let's let you back up. Ralph and Simpson's Angle are both now 1 away, both sitting on 40 as we come up to question number 4. Take a look at this. Designed by architect Raphael Vignoli, which London skyscraper on Fenchurch Street had to be altered when it was shown to produce solar glare, generate temperatures above 90 degrees C, and melt cars underneath it? So this is a news story that completely passed me by. The correct answer is the walkie-talkie, which I must say is a building I've never heard of. 20 Fenchurch Street is what my notes are telling me down here. Cheese grater, the Shard, and various alterations on the Shard have been suggested, all of which are incorrect. There was a gherkin in the background game. And, the walkie-talkie. Maybe I have heard of it, but I don't think I ever have. I've got a small intestine here. Walkie-talkie, very well done if you got that one right. If not, I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. I like these questions, shame I'm not playing. Okay, Ralph becomes the first player to escape. Very well done. And Matt, Nando, Riff, Fluffy Bunny, Cola, Jack, Hennity, and Stimpson's Angle, you are now 1 away. AP Scapey, your door has gone red because you are on your last life. Nicknames of war, yeah, much like the like Canary Wharf is much in the same vein. I think the Gherkin is actually called the Gherkin, though, but I might be wrong. The Shard is definitely called the Shard. But yeah, like Canary Wharf is like one something. Oh, St Mary Axe, 30 St Mary Axe, that's the one. Oh, the Gherkin is 1 St Mary Axe. Okay. Either way, on we go. Next question. This is number 5. Take a look at this. I like this question. What first name links the classical composers Mahler and Holst? 19 players having a go, 3 abstaining. Before I tell you the answer, I'm just going to get on my soapbox for a minute. I dislike this rhetoric where we refer to all orchestral or choral music from before the 1970s as classical music. Here's the equivalent in the art world. It would be like referring to all art as Renaissance art. It'd be like if you wouldn't call Picasso Renaissance art. Because, oh, that's modern art. Okay, fine. Bad example. You'd say that was modern art. You wouldn't call Michelangelo classical. You'd call that Renaissance. You wouldn't call Picasso Baroque. You'd call it Cubist. Classical music is a very specific time period in the history of the Western orchestral sound, specifically from about 1750 to about 1830, roughly. Encompasses Mozart and Beethoven and Haydn and people of that ilk. Both of these composers, Mahler and Holst, would be considered romantic composers. You could make the argument that Mahler is a modern composer. I wouldn't make that argument. I would call him very late romantic. But they share the name Gustav Mahler and Gustav Holst. So is Mahler, and just say Mahler and Holst are also dead. Less Ben getting on a soapbox, more Ben moving to the next soapbox on the conveyor belt at the soap factory. It is. It's another night at the soap factory. Welcome to the stream of Podo Nuevo. Sorry about that. It's been one of my little pet peeves, and it's the motion does not arrogate the question writer exclusively to this sin. It came up the other day, and I think I said it because I know in common parlance that's what people understand. If I say romantic music, people think I mean like love songs and shit. So anyway, Moving on. Wrong answers there. Joseph Augustus, very close, but not quite Jack Hennity, and Gustav. I think that's probably phonetically plausible. Stimson's angle. Say the Honourable Gentleman accidentally used it. Next box at the soap factory. I like that. Which Honourable Gentleman accidentally? Yes, the Honourable Gentleman being myself did actually use it, but it wasn't accidental. It's just yeah. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to allow that. That's my feeling on that. It's phonetically plausible. Really like that. Next box at the soap factory. I really like that. Yeah, I'm going to allow that on the grounds of phonetic plausibility. Nando, Riff, Fluffy Bunny, and Cola, you have all escaped. Very well done. You're through to the next round. You can keep answering, though, if you like. Let's let you back up. Let's please not give Ben an aneurysm. So it's just, just a little grumble. Just a little grumble. Matt, Mark, Proogs, Shapes, Kegler, Jack Hennity, you're one away. AP Scapey, you are on your last life. Tread carefully. Let's go to our next questions. Question number 6. Take a look at this. Triggers a pen soapbox. What staple food item is the predominant ingredient in the Irish dish box tea? Ash, the fact that I mentioned it the other day is what reminded me, because I think I latterly corrected myself, or I found myself thinking, why have you just said that, you complete fruitcake? That's not classical music, it's Debussy, who is quite clearly impressionist. But that's probably why it was more triggering today than it was yesterday's, because I accidentally said it myself. I did correct myself. Oh, that's all right then.
Well, that's all right then.
Yes, I've finally got to use that button in context. What staple food item is the predominant ingredient in the Irish dish box tea? 17 players having a go, 5 abstaining. It's a quiz staple. The correct answer is the potato. Matt going for potatoes in the plural. Yes, I will allow that. Absolutely fine. Potatoes. Mark, Pruse, Shapes, Kegler, and Jack Hennity, and I think Matt as well. It doesn't tell me on the debug when I condone, but yes, I think you are also due for escape, so very well done. And no one due for elimination, so very well played. Let's light you back up. Remember, if you have escaped, then boil and mash them, stick them in a stew. You can keep answering even if you have escaped, but you do run the risk of elimination if you run out of lives. Mark, Prue, Shaves, Kegler, Jack Hennity, and Matt all escaping there. Now, Pyro and Stilgar, 1 away. Michael, you require all remaining questions. You must get all 4 of the last questions if you wish to survive. And AP Scapey, still on your last life and still going strong. Let's see what happens with this next question. Take a look. What is the minimum amount of dollars that can be wagered on a daily double clue on the US quiz show Jeopardy? Time. It's where I have to bite my tongue. Again, it's not a soapbox thing, but I don't want to be telling any work stories at the moment about the time I worked on Jeopardy last year. I'm just going to move on to the correct answer, which is 5. It's a minimum of $5 in the US version of the Daily Double. No, I don't. No, I don't. No work stories. Certainly not any work stories about this exact specific thing. Definitely not. No, none. None will pass my lips. 1, 200, 150, 250, 100, and 100. All incorrect answers. It is very, very definitely 5 and nothing else. Very well done if you got that one right. 14 attempting it. Michael, unfortunately you didn't answer and you did need to give me an answer there, so it does mean you're going to be eliminated. Thanks very much for playing, but it's the end of the road. And it's lights out. Just going to check something real quick. Stand by just a moment. No, I don't expose it. Balls. Oh well. Right. Apodo, Pyro, Stilgar, and AP Scapey, you're now 1 away. Colin, you're needing all 3 of the remaining questions in order to hit the target. Not a number. ABME, Colin, CJ, and AP Scapey also on your last live, so handle with care. We go to question number 8. Take a look at this. What's Jeopardy? Very appropriate, Arun. The Rokeby Venus, or the Rokeby Venus, or Toilet of Venus, is the only surviving female nude by which Spanish painter? That's time. It's 10 having a go, 11 sitting it out. The correct answer is Diego Velázquez. Picasso, Frida Kahlo, Picasso, Pyro. That's phonetically plausible. Where are you, Pyro? You'll be on that window rather than the lower window. Pyro, Pygmy, Velázquez. Yeah, that's phonetically plausible. Picasso, Goya, Dali. All of those incorrect, unfortunately. Very well done. I don't think anyone's escaping on that one. Doesn't tell me anyone's escaping at any road. But it does tell me, unfortunately, AB, me, and Colin, you are due for elimination, either out of lives or out of questions. Either way it goes. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. And with 2 questions to go, Apodo, Vertigo, Stilgar, and AP Scapy, you're 1 away. Not a number in CJ Binks, you need both. Not a number, Apodo, Stilgar, CJ, and AP Scapy on your last life. Good luck. Question 9, take a look. Le Tiers du Cylindre and Orphelin are potential bets in which casino game? Orphelin, possibly. Time. Le Tiers de Cylindre and Orphelin are potential bets in which casino game? Correct answer. It's roulette. Le Tiers du Cylindre, third of the wheel, i.e. 12 numbers that lie on the opposite side of the wheel between 27 and 33. And Orphelin, which is orphans, the 2 slices of the wheel outside the tiers. That was Peter Pan the other day, never gets old. Nice. So very well done if you got that. Wrong answers, Baccarat, Craps, and Baccarat, all incorrect. Mr. Vertigo, you're due for escape. Very well played. We'll see you in the next round, unless you get eliminated on the last question. Not a number in Stilgar. It's been a good run after 19 questions, though. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Oh, it's JR, not a num JR. I get it. I was calling you not a number because I thought the J and the E was a typo, but they're not really near each other. So not a num JR. That makes sense now. Have a honk. So, with not a num jur. Not a num jur. Very good. With 1 question left in this round, we've got a number of players who've escaped. Apodo, CJ, and AP Scapy, you're on your last life. Apodo, CJ, and AP Scapy, you require all. Apodo, CJ, and AP Scapy, you're also 1 away. So as it happens, the 3 players who haven't been eliminated or escaped all need this 1 question and are all also on their last life. Hell or glory time, boys. Good luck to you all. Here is question number 10. Sharing his name with a star of The Great Escape, who was the first black director to direct a Best Picture Oscar-winning film. That is time. And the correct answer is Steve McQueen. It was for 12 Years a Slave, and there is yet to be a black winner of Best Director. But yes, for 12 Years a Slave, which I watched. I watched when it first came out, actually, and then I watched it again about 9 months ago when I was away with work, and it still hits hard. It's an absolute masterpiece, but it is not exactly what you would call comfortable viewing. But it is a tremendous body of work, and I did Chiwetel Ejiofor win Best Actor for it as well. Based on the memoirs of Solomon Northup, who was a free man born in New York and then kidnapped and sold into slavery. I won't apologise for banging its drum. I think it's brilliant piece of filmmaking. And I think Chiwetel Ejiofor won Best Actor for it as well, for his role as Solomon. He was certainly nominated if he didn't win. Anyway, yeah, you put on a film that I stan a little bit, then I will always make some remarks about it. Chaplin and Peel both incorrect, unfortunately. That was the dog sneezing, Bruce. Yes, it was. And I can tell you, AP Scapy, despite having 1 life for seemingly most of the game, has managed to escape into round 3. Apodo and CJ, though, did not get to the right answer, going for Chaplin and Peel, respectively. Thanks for playing, guys, but unfortunately it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. So So we started with 33. 11 got eliminated in round 1, which left us with 22. We've lost another 7 in round 2, leaving us with 15 players in the final. They are Vertigo, Matt, Kegler, Ralph, Stimpson's Angle, Mark, Proogs, Cola, Fluffy Bunny, Pyro, Nando, Ape, Riff, Shapes, and Clive. All of you could stand to become the escape artist, or all of you could leave with nothing. I'm going to sneeze again now myself, I think. That's really annoying. I hate it when that happens. It's the worst. And I've been sneezing a lot recently. It's still there. Oh, God. You know that feeling, that tickle, you just say, I'm about to sneeze, and then it's just on the precipice but doesn't quite come. Oh, I hate that feeling. And now I've rubbed my nose, and now it's sore. Anyway, there is one more round on this game night, potentially 10 more questions. Let's go to round number 3. Play 15 to 1. There's a little bit 15 to 1. We're down to our 15 players, and round 3 is survive, and in this round you've got to outlast all other players. First player to answer correctly restarts the clock and sets a drain running on all remaining players. Stop the drain by answering the question correctly. If nobody answers the question correctly in 15 seconds, all players lose the maximum for the question. Lives have been replaced with refires. These allow you to attempt the question more than once. Once they're exhausted, only your first answer will be accepted. You may attempt every question once for free, so even if you have got no idea, it is always worth an educated guess, because it might be right and it can stop your clock. And in this round, it is the only thing that can stop your clock once the drain starts. If you exhaust your points, you're out of the game. When only one player remains, they are declared the escape artist. So, let's see if my logic update has worked. Yes, it has. 1 point every 2 seconds is what we are starting on, up to a maximum of 7. So we're going to see some potentially sharper drains for abstentions from the word go. Good luck to you all. Just at a glance, it looks as though Cola and Nando... No, I tell a lie. Shapes on 74, followed by Riff on 73, then Cola and Nando on 68 each. Those are our current top 3. From here on out, they will be debugged for me, so I won't have to scroll around the podia. Good luck. Here's question 1. What show completes the BBC lineup, often dubbed Quizzy Monday? Mastermind, Only Connect, and Shapes is the first to start the clock. And that is time. 13 players have answered, 2 have abstained and will have lost the maximum, and a couple of players didn't get to the correct answer, which was University Challenge. Matt going Eggheads and then House of Games. Kegler going for Grand Final and choosing not to refire. University Hallinge. Hallenegge, somehow getting through the spell checker for Jack Hennety there. And University Challenge from Simpsons Angle. All getting through the spell checker, all correct. Nicely done. Start you back up. Shapes has the lead. Riff's in second. Nando's in third. As Colo slips down, we've then got 74, 73, 68, 67, 66. The scores of the top 5. Shapes, Riff, Nando, Mark, and Cola. Here we go. Question 2. Take a look. Hashtag bring back eggheads. The flag of which country appears in the 1830 artwork Liberty Leading the People? It was Nando who was first there this time. Remember your refires. If you're wrong first time, you can try again. Up to 3 times across the course of the round. Sometimes questions like this can be worth a couple of attempts, sometimes not. 14 players attempting, 1 completely abstaining. The correct answer is France. Matt going United States and then United Kingdom. That means you've used up 2 refires already. Matt, you've only got 1 left, I believe. Mark, USA and then France. Ralph, USA and then France. Fluffy Bunny, USA and then France. Kegler going for Liberia. Simpson Angle going USA and then France. So a lot of players going for the USA first and then landing on France second. Using up a refire. That is what they're there for, though. And very well done if you did get that. Let's light you back up. Shapes and Riff now tied at the top with 73. Nando's in second with 68. Mark in third with 67. Cola with 66. And then Ralph with 55. Bit of a gap between 5th and 6th, but still could be made up. Matt and Vertigo down at the other end with 40. But again, all it takes is one question, and these scores can change wildly. Let's go on. Question number 3. Featured in an episode of The Simpsons, I hate every ape I see, from Chimpan A to Chimpanzee, is a lyric from a fictional musical adaptation of which real-life 1968 sci-fi film classic. Who was there first this time? That was Ralph who got the first correct answer there. And that is time. Correct answer. A lot of question to get to what I feels like it should have been a fairly accessible answer. Planet of the Apes. Or in the case of Shapes, went for 2001 first, and then went for P semicolon Anet of the Apes, which apparently got through the spell checker with the semicolon on the L being next to each other. That was the only refire that was required there. Everybody else getting Planet or Polanet of the Apes first time, if they got it at all. Just one abstention there. Might have been Pyro possibly having control of difficulties, because he's just refreshed and he's back in now. Let's light you back up. Riff with a clear lead of 73. We're increasing the drain rate to 1 point every second. This is what it will be for the rest of the round until the final question. Shapes is in second with 71. Mark is in third with 67. Nando has 66. Cola has 64. Still these top 5. Fewer than 10 points between the top 5. Let's see if that is the same with this increase in drain rate as we go to question number 4. Take a look. Roughly meaning cooked over direct heat, what short Japanese word follows tamago and precedes soba to form the name of 2 different Japanese foodstuffs? Fluffy was there first, followed by Riff, then Matt and Mark, Shapes, Clive, and that is time. Stimpson's Angle, Pyro, Proogs, Nando and Ape all attempting and getting it wrong. Ape then attempting again and getting it wrong. Something's worth bearing in mind: if the clock is nearly out, sometimes using a refire might not be worth it if you're only going to lose 1 point. If you're going to stop a drain of 1 or 2 points, sometimes that refire can be more valuable to keep hold of the refire. Something to consider. 13 attempting, 2 abstaining. The correct answer was Yaki. Ralph going noodles first and then Yaki. Nando going for teriyaki, which I don't believe fulfills the short word. Yeah, roughly meaning cooked over direct heat. What short Japanese words? So tamago yaki and soba yaki and teriyaki would be another, but teriyaki on its own would not conform to the question, unfortunately, Nando, so I can't go back and condone that. Sushi, nigiri, yaki, kobe, yaki, ego, tempura, and then Apescapey going teriyaki again on a refire. Unfortunately, we cannot allow that for the same reasons I just explained. Whew, slightly back up. Riff hanging on to the lead, 73, increasing it slightly. Shapes on 66, Mark on 65, Fluffy on 53, Nando on 51, Ralph and Cola on 49. Matt's made his way up a bit higher now into 8th with 39. Down at the other end, Kegler on 25, Vertigo and Pyro on 24. Maximum of 15 points being lost. You could be in danger territory very soon. Let's see what the next question brings. Question number 5. Take a look. Who originally wrote and performed the song that was covered in 1981 by Norwegian singer Elisabeth Andreasen and released as Killen Nev par konsten svar at han er Elvis? Shapes has started the clock and everyone else is struggling. That is a powerful change there. It's a powerful moment. And you love to see it in round 3 of the Escape Artist when one player gets it right. That is a power move, and Shapes has going to have transformed these scores. There's a guy who works down the chip shop swears he's Elvis. That is indeed the translation. The correct answer, of course, being Kirsty McColl. The original being there's a guy who works down the chip shop swears he's Elvis. Hello, Topper. Tune into your bad Swedish pronunciations. I didn't get given a pronunciation guide, mate. So, you know, what can you do? Or indeed Norwegian, yes. I did my best with what was there, and it's also quite small on this because the Escape Artist does tend to have a slightly smaller broadcast than everything else. Killen ner per konsum svar at hen ar Elvis. Same thing. He turning up late and being racist against the Venoscandian nations, saying they're all the same. That, sir, is racism, and I do not consort with racists. Good day. Just kidding. Very well done to Shapes. You only want to get that right. Wrong answers. Now, Ralph has got a phonetically plausible answer here. He's gone for Macau. So if I can find you, Ralph, and click you. They said Macau with 35 points and 1 refire. That's the only answer you gave. To invert and apply the state, shift-click the player's cell. That's what I'd call phonetically plausible there, Ralph. So you had 35 points, and you should have gone back to 35 points now. Yes, I will check all of them. I certainly will. So McCall, Elvis Presley, ABBA, Elvis Presley, ABBA, Shapes getting McCall, Bjork, Madonna, Bare Naked Ladies, Dolly Parton, and AP Scapey going for what? Unfortunately, I can't condone that. I really can't. I'm not sure how many points you got back there, Ralph, but glad to see the condoning system does work. So just the 2 getting it right, but a power move for Shapes. Let's see how that's affected the scores as we light you back up. Big changes. Shapes now firmly with the lead of 66. Riff is on 58. Mark is on 50. Fluffy now on 38. Nando 36. Ralph 35. Cola 34. Matt 24. Clive and Simpson's Angle on 21, Apes got 20, Proog's on 18, Kegler 10, Vertigo and Pyro both on 9. Now, this is obviously a bug where I've changed the thing and I've obviously missed something, because Vertigo, Pyro and Kegler are now in peril, but your doors have not gone red. You should, or I think your borders or your doors should go red when you're in peril, and they haven't. So that's obviously something that I have forgotten to add in, but at least the drain is working as expected. But I'm telling you now, Vertigo, Pyro and Kegler, if you get this one wrong, then you will be eliminated. I'm going to note down here, doors not going red when in peril are 3 of TEA, probably on account of drain rate changes. Write that down and I'll go and fix that later on. Right, on we go. Question number 6. Have a look at this. Associated with the Costco guys, internet personality and 8-year-old Christian Joseph is better known by what nickname on social media? Fluffy Bunny has got there. Clocks are on. Vertigo stopped with 5 to go. Hang on. What? We should have had more people run out. Oh no, we did have people run out of points. It's fine. Ignore me. So, a lot going on there. Fluffy Bunny did manage to get to the correct answer. And Vertigo was the only other player who managed to stop the drain. The correct answer was the Rizzler. Mark going for Flosser, Ralph for Pizza Guy, Nando CJ, Mini Costco. Vertigo did get the Rizzler. Shapes going for Chris from Target. Fluffy Bunny going for Rizzler. Kegler, Mr. Media, it's been fun. Jack Kennedy, Kid President, and then Turtle Boy. Simpsons Angle, Costco Boy, and then Costco Kid. AP Scapey, Kid President. All of those incorrect. I cannot condone any of them. And it does mean we've got our first casualties of round 3. This drain is pretty damaging. Pyro and Kegler, great game, but thank you, and thank you very much for playing. But unfortunately, it is the end of the road for you, and it's lights out. Okay, now we've got some red doors, so not quite sure what that was all about. On the last one, we should have had some red doors previously. Right, Matt, Proogs, Vertigo, Jack, Simpsons Angle, AP Scapey. You are all now in peril, which means you have fewer than 15 points remaining. It means if you get this question wrong, you're out of the game. Shapes has the lead, 51. Riff's in second with 43. Fluffy is in third with 38. Mark is just behind with 35. Let's go on to question number 7 and see what you think of this. See a red door and I wanna paint it black. Dun, dun. It's the Rolling Stones. Good luck. Take a look at this. The red and white box logo of which clothing and streetwear brand was based on artwork by Barbara Kruger? Ralph was there first this time. I see a few zeros up there. Vertigo, Proogs, Ape, Clive, Stimpson's Angle. All out of points. 10 players attempted, 3 abstained. No time to put the answer in. That's unfortunately the way it goes when you've got fast answers from Ralph and your points are already low. The correct answer is Supreme, as in Diana Ross and the, although I think it's probably a different Supreme. Matt, Mark, Ralph all going for Supreme off the bat. I think it said that it must alphabetize them or something. Yeah, Ralph definitely started that clock. Then Mark, then Shapes, then Matt. Nando going for Uniqlo, Uniglow. Vertigo going for George before running out of points. Shapes getting Supreme. Riff, Uniglow, and then getting Supreme on the refire. Jack Kennedy, Uniglow, and then running out of time. Stimpson's Angle, Jack, Hilfiger, and then running out of time. AP Help, or HLEP, Polo, Izod, and then out of time. It does mean after 7 questions in the final, we've lost another 5 players. Proogs, Vertigo, Clive, Stimpson's Angle, and AP Scapey. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. And then there were 8. Shapes leads with 50, Riff's in second with 39, Mark's in third with 35, Fluffy has 23, Ralph has 20, and we have 3 players in peril, Matt, Nando, and Cola on 7, 6, and 4 respectively. We come to question number 8. See what you think of this. Good luck. The 4 available online statuses on Discord are Online Idle, Do Not Disturb, and which other that makes it seem as if you are not online. Matt got there first. Cola has also got there. Nando is out. Riff is there. Other drains happening. Fluffy's got there. Ralph, Mark, and Shapes not able to find the correct answer, but all 8 of them gave it a go, and 2 of them who were red managed to stop the drain and survive for at least 1 more question. Whew, the correct answer. It is Invisible is the name of the status. Invisible. Matt was the first to get the correct answer, and he got it right and kept his score of 7. Mark going for Asleep, not the answer. Ralph going for Busy. Busy is Do Not Disturb. It's the one with the no entry sign, but it is styled as Do Not Disturb rather than Busy. He says with confidence. Yeah, Do Not Disturb. Invisible was the other one. Nando going for Away and Offline. Not quite. Invisible is what we wanted. Shapes going for Away. Busy, Offline. Riff eventually getting Invisible on his 3rd attempt. Fluffy going for Incognito and then Invisible. Cola getting Invisible first time. Shows which of us used Discord the most. I don't know if I feel like I probably would have got that. I can't be sure, but yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, Nando, great game, but I'm afraid it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. 4 red doors. Fluffy with 13, Matt with 7, Ralph with 5, Cola with 2, but hanging on. Shapes is also hanging on to the lead with 35, now just 1 point ahead of Riff on 34. Mark's on 20, and the other 4 are in peril. Let's see what you make of this. Question number 9. Good luck. Here it is. Which geneticist gives his name to an eponymous square that is used to calculate the probability that the offspring of 2 parents will have a certain characteristic? Ralph is there first. Cola is out. Matt is out. Fluffy is out. Sorry, I'm watching the delayed version rather than watching the live version, so I'm hoping that my commentary is coming in line with when you're seeing it, if you've got the same latency as I have. Thank you, XKCD, says Lupine. The correct answer is Reginald C. Punnett. A Punnett square you might have come across. Proper GCSE sciences, it really is. Matt and Mark going for Mendel. Shapes going for Meitner. Fluffy Bunny going for Mendel. Riff going for Linnaeus. and Ralph going for punnet, the only player to do so in the live game. There were a few in the background game who managed to get this one, but Ralph the only one in the front game, the live game, who managed to get it right. It does mean we've got 3 further casualties. Ralph was in peril, but he has managed to save himself for the final question, but unfortunately Matt, Fluffy and Cola have not. Great game, you 3, getting to 29 questions, but I'm afraid it's not to be. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. And we're down to our final 4 on this final question. Mark, Ralph, Shapes and Riff, you have done tremendously well to get this far. Shapes has a 1-point lead of 20 over Riff's 19. Mark and Ralph are both starting on 5, and you all know the drill for this question. You get 15 seconds to answer it, and if you don't answer it within 15 seconds, all of your clocks will start, and they will start draining at a rate of 1 point every half a second. That's 2 points a second. Basically what this means is, Mark, Ralph, if you do not answer this question within 15 seconds, you have got an extra 2.5 seconds to get it right before you run out of time. If Shapes is the first one to get this, he will have won the game by default. If Riff gets it, Shapes will have half a second to get to the correct answer to force a tie with Riff. If Mark or Ralph are first, the pressure is on Shapes and Riff to try to get to the answer before their points drain out. We could have an upset, and it literally could be any of these guys, because even though it looks like there's a big gap, 20 and 19 versus 5 and 5, that does not count for much. It's a difference of 15 points, which is a maximum of 7.5 extra seconds. A lot of this may very well come down to who can get this right fastest. Good luck to all 4 of you. Here is the final question of the night. A misspelling of sparkling wine, the surname of a TV detective who debuted in 1974. A collection of marbles and the artist born Judith Cohen. Ralph has got there. These are some clues to some of the 10 most populous cities in which US state. Ralph is there. Wow. Ralph stealing it out of nowhere. Making mincemeat of Riff's and Shapes' points advantages. They just could not get to the answer in time. They offered nothing, and Ralph is the only one to survive. The correct answer is Illinois. Champaign, Rockford, Elgin, and Judy Chicago are all cities. Well, Chicago is what it's called. It's not called Judy Chicago, but Judy Chicago is a person, and Chicago is a city in Illinois, as are Elgin, Rockford, and Champaign. That's a very only connect come QI style question, so we thank Samster for that. But Mark, Riff, Shapes, you got through all 30 questions, but you just fell at the final hurdle. Ralph was the one who got there, and I did say it may come down to who gets the correct answer first. Ralph, despite only having 5 points, managed to hang on, and he's drained you all. Thanks for playing, Mark, Shapes, Riff, but I'm afraid it is the end of the road. And it's lights out. Which means, at the end of all that procedure, Lupine takes his 5th medal in the Escape Artist. For what it's worth, Shapes, that would have been... Oh, Shapes! Shapes, that would have been your first! That would have been your first medal, not to be. Mark, that would have been your 4th. And Riff, that would have been your 2nd. Shapes, I know, he got to question 30, he just can't capitalise it. The rest of your medal cabinet is so thorough, but it is still missing that Escape Artist medal. It's not happening today because, unfortunately, Shapes, I'm talking about you, and I should be talking about Ralph, taking the Escape Artist medal for the 5th time. Please give it up for your champion as he breaks free. Ralph, congratulations. You are the Escape Artist. Not very often we see someone escaping from the top row, but there he goes. Absolutely clutch 1-2 on those last. It was very clutch, those last 2 questions. And this is what it means, because Shapes turned it around in the mid-game when he was the only one to get that one right, and it was, oh. So I love this game. I think, you may not agree if you feel there's a lot of pressure, I think it's much better with that faster drain earlier on. I think it's too pedestrian in the final otherwise, and it becomes a bit slightly less jeopardy, less peril. It's much more exciting. Much more exciting with those faster drains. I might try and balance it. I hate it and I agree. I might try and balance it so that it's more even, like the front 5 or maybe the front 4 and then the next 5, because at the moment it's the first 3 and then the next 6 are all the same. So I don't know, I mean, there's an option. I could just make them all 1 point per second. I mean, that might be a better way of doing it. And then it's just the last question that's got special features. I will probably try that next time. 1 point per second at all times. Anyway, something for me to think about. I'm going to write it down in suggestions. 1 point per second at all times apart from apart from Q10 in final round of T. In fact, I'm thinking that there's no reason not to have it 1 point per second in the final round either, and on the final question either. But yeah, something to think about. Well, can I extend my thanks to... why are metal cabinets still there? You should not still be there. What the hell? What the damn hell? There's a bug in that. Unfortunately, I'm redoing it anyway. Can I extend my thanks to Samster and to Now Cut That Out? Sam for writing, Toot for proofing. Really lovely pack. And actually, going through it and seeing it played out, it was tough, but it wasn't, you know, obscene levels of tough. I think it was fair for a tough quiz, and I think it went really well. So Sam, thanks very much for the effort you put into that, and Toot as well. Thank you for proofing. They have been great packs tonight. All 3 of them have just been really top draw. Cryptex, a lovely warm start to the stream, nice and friendly. Red Herrings was a lot of fun, and the Escape Artist was suitably tough, and it's been a great night. Well, I'm going to roll the credits, and then I'll probably say some more on the cam at the end, and we'll go find someone to raid, and I'll pick a raid message. Thank you all very much for playing. Thanks again to Sam, and big congratulations to Ralph. You are the Escape Artist. But first, here are the final scores, which I always forget is a thing. Always forget that's a thing. That's total number of questions you got right. Data's now been written to the drive, and it will also tell you the number of pennies that you got on the device, which is probably times 10. Times 20. I always forget that it's times 20. But yeah, whatever the number of questions you got right, times it by 20. That's how many pennies you'll get. So hopefully a nice payday for some of you. Right. Now that is really the final cue, and this is again why the tool is going to help, because it will say what the next action is on the cue bar, so that would be really useful. Anyway, congratulations to Lupine. You are the Escape Artist. And that, my friends, is the end of the questions for this evening. Let's take some final bonus pennies. Saying Ralph wins. As I pop the trivia into the use folder. It has been a fabulous night. I was feeling quite tired at the beginning because I was catching out a lion this morning. I skipped parkrun because my body's just screaming at me that I need to rest because I've been slightly burning the candle at both ends this week. So it's been very busy days at work and late nights, and getting 5-6 hours sleep a night, which just isn't good. And I just needed and then last night was a late night as well. So skipped parkrun and just decided I needed a break, needed to give myself a bit of a rest. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the quiz action tonight. We're going to go and find someone to raid. We've got JB, we've got Messi, we've got Riddercrash. JB's doing Dr. Mario. Has he actually got audience open? Because sometimes we raid and he can't hear us. He's actually talking. Likely no mic, no audio. Okay. Messi is interviewing someone tomorrow. What's he doing tonight? Nessie Coda is doing adverts. Okay, that's no fun. And there we go. And Benzie, welcome to the stream, just in time for the end. Let me look at my raid messages and pick one. Man yells at pixels. I quite like that. Flush Heap. Ben Lathbury St Edmunds. That's quite funny. Denying us a sea of yellow. Look at my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares. That's really clever. Has anyone heard of this Jesus guy? Cryptex packet. Riff Ralph Lepus Lupus. Touchscreen works, finger doesn't. All tied up in a very nice four-way. I suck, therefore I am. You've ticked Sir off now. Briggs in the brig. Dummerera and Dummerera. Scissor my arse. I mean, that's got to be a contender, hasn't it? Next box at the soap factory. I like that one as well. Kids these days. I got a small intestine here and Jar Jar, good lord. I've got it down to 5. Got it down to just 5. Man yells at Pixel. Scissor my arse. Next box at the soap factory. Briggs in the brig. And look, I really like look at my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares. I think it's and the spares is the thing that makes that. That's very clever. Scissor my arse, I feel, is a bit. It was funny at the time. Man yells at pixels. Yeah, that's the thing as well. It's okay. I've got it down to 2. It's look on my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares, or next box at the soap factory. Those are both very, very clever. No. I do stan Ozymandias, don't I? Look at my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares is going to be it. I'm going to give 50 pennies to Ohei as well, because that next box at the soap factory was very, very good. So I'm going to give you 50 consolation pennies. I don't do that very often. You normally just get the hundreds for the. You normally just get the 100 for the one, but yeah, look at my that was a tough one to beat. There we go. That's going to be our raid message. Look at my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares, and we are going to go and raid. Could it be Messi? Or Riddercrash is doing Zelda. You still going? Messi's going to be going about 40 minutes. Riddercrash looks like they might be wrapping up. Let's raid the Messi Coda. We've not raided them for ages, so let's go pass on some love to the Messi Coda. Live Dev interview Sunday, 26th of Jan, 5 p.m. That's tomorrow. So tonight it looks like he's just doing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. But he's a nice guy, is Messi. He does some really cool dev interviews. He's interviewed me once or twice, and he's always very effusive about the quiz. So we'll go and say hi to the Messi Coda. I don't know if he's pausing it or if he's just frame dropping or what's going on there, but let's go spread some love. I think Riddercrash is actually wrapping up, but it's which is better, Wind Waker or Majora's Mask? So it might have been a bit of a poll thing. But is
Hello.
okay, we're gonna go raid Messi. Yes, we haven't raided him for ages, so raid the Messi Coda, and we'll say, look at my monitors, ye mighty, and the spares. So it took me a minute to get that. I've probably lost half the audience in that time. But anyone who's left, let's go and raid Messi and say hi. I'm going to be back next Thursday, if not before. Might be hanging around on Ash's stream on the Wednesday. Don't forget, there's no Topper tomorrow because he's in between seasons. But yeah, I'm going to be back next Thursday and next Saturday. Next Thursday, quick reminder, we have got The Abyss. We've got... Actually, I'm going to have to stop the raid, otherwise I'm not going to have time for the closing titles. We'll redo it in just a moment. Right, I forget I do the raid at the very last thing. What have we got? 16th of Jan. No, that's the due date. So 30th of Jan, yeah. The Abyss by Jerry. Battlefront, that's it. Battlefront by Clive to start with. The Abyss by Jerry. And Danger Zone by Matt the Ref. That's this Thursday. So I do hope you'll come and join me for that. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. And until then, you've been watching Game Night. I've been Royal Flush. Take care. Peace out. And good night.
What?